Alrighty, frickin' then. Welcome everyone to the much anticipated, not too long overdue, session 1 of our Kingmaker adventure path. Joining me today are 3 amazing role players and Charles. No, I'm just kidding. 4 amazing role players. Really glad to be here. If you've watched the channel before, you may recognize Mimi and you may recognize Charles. You guys also recognize Zachary, but we do have a new player that's going to be with us here today. Nick, I think is his name or something, but he found us through the, I believe, the YouTube channel. Am I correct in saying that? Is that right? Yep, he did. Okay, perfect. So as is tradition, we're just going to go around the table, have everyone quickly introduce themselves, and then we're going to dive right into play. I, of course, am Der Wolf. I am the game master. Very excited to be here. We're going to go Zach, Mimi, Charles, and wrap it up with Nick. Zach, go ahead and introduce who you are and what the name of your character is.
Hi, I'm Zachary. I don't really go by anything special on the internet, but I am playing Ingram Felder. He is a ASMR Arcanist, White Mage archetype. He's gonna be casting spells and doing cool stuff.
Nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. Pivoting.
All right. Hi, I'm Mimi. I am playing Samia, the Ifrit Cavalier, and I will also, I guess, be playing her horse companion, Denat.
2 characters. I normally don't allow it, but I've played with you for years, so I will, and we'll continue on from there. Then there's this other guy whose head is very shiny. Take it away.
That's right. My name is Charles the Shiny.
Ooh.
That's my title.
Okay.
And I'll be playing Theragor, a dwarven cleric of Torag.
Ooh, I love that journey for you. Last, certainly not least, again, welcome. Very excited to have you here, man. So glad that you joined in, but take it away. Introduce yourself, please.
So excited myself. Hi, my name is Nick. I go by Denimar online. I am playing Denick Durand the Pilgrim. He is a Phantom Thief rogue.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. So we open our scene with as we often do in many of my games, an aerial view of this vast expanse of wilderness. To the left-hand side, from this sort of bird's eye, imagine you're a hawk or an eagle in the air. In fact, that's really what we are at this point. We're just a bird flying over this massive expanse of wilderness. To the left, we see this sort of open land. There's a giant lake in the center of it. As we travel and look farther to the west, we see it starts to rise up, this sort of steady incline into this forested mountain region, and then it rises up even taller, and you can see the kind of snow-capped peaks. As we pivot from the left over towards sort of this more northern direction, we see out in the distance small little settlements sort of in this northern area. And what we're looking at this point is a land known as Brevoy. Brevoy is a monarchy that's currently in this sort of weird transitional phase where the king has died and there are these multiple ruling families that are attacking and sort of fighting one another. As we watch this bird's eye view and we start to swoop down a little bit closer, in this sort of middle section right below us, we see this just sort of this section of land, almost a perfect kind of circle that appears to be locked in this sort of eternal looking winter. And above it, we see this very slow swirling, almost like a hurricane, but not a fast moving one, sort of swirling circle of cloud. Our eagle eye view dips down through the gray swirling sort of clouds, gets below it, and we see that this land is indeed gripped by winter. The trees are all covered in snow, the plains that are rolling are all covered in snow, and as we continue this sort of wavering, swaying back and forth kind of travel, we come to a long road. We then pivot to the right. We're now heading towards the east. In the distance, we see just beyond the edge of this gripping winter, we see this city, this walled city rising up. We see smoke rising from it. And as we sort of rise up to see that city, we then swoop back down, and we're following this ever sort of swirling back and forth winding road. Another couple of moments goes by, and coming into view, we see this small band of travelers. This is you. These are your characters. At the front, we see Denat. And I'd like you to take a moment, Denat, and just describe what your character looks like for myself and for the other players. Just give us a moment of what he looks like atop his Clydesdale.
All right. Denick is not too tall, kind of average height, but fairly thin. He looks like he's not really necessarily very well fed, kind of like a starving wolf wrapped in really, floofy clothing, I guess.
Mhm.
He is dark haired, kind of longish hair, probably could use a bit of a trim, fairly well trimmed, Abraham Lincoln style beard,
Oh.
has a really long curved sword sheathed at his side, and he's just astride this big brown floofer of a horse. And he looks distracted. He's leading the caravan, making sure that they're not like sending the cart into any giant potholes or over any exceptionally large tree roots or something. But occasionally he'll just kind of stop and stare off into the distance as if he's waiting for some kind of a sound or a sight.
I love that.
And that's what he's up.
As you are looking off into the distance, your mind begins to travel back to roughly about a week prior to your current situations. We're doing a little bit of a flashback. You remember back to moments before you entered into the mansion of one of the Sword Lords. You have been given a charter, along with 4 of your other companions, to explore and attempt to tame and claim an area of the Stolen Lands known as the Greenbelt. But as we pivot back, you remember this moment that kind of stands out to you. You were standing in front of this large mansion. There was a gentleman off to the side who was tending to his horse, and this very ostentatious looking cart rolled up. Something about the particular cart, Danak, it kind of rang a bell to you. You are currently indebted to this, I hesitate to use the word mysterious benefactor, but this merchant about the city. This merchant simply known as Miss Stone. Miss Stone is the name of this merchant. She runs a number of mercantile businesses, alchemy, some weaponry, etc. But she is very, very well known, even though she is not known, if that makes sense. People don't really know her personally, but you had interacted with one of her associates who had allowed you to go into a little bit of extra debt, get some extra supplies for this upcoming adventure that you have going on. As this beautiful, ostentatious cart pulls up, it parks itself just off to the side, and a woman steps down off of it. Now, you recognize this woman. This woman is a... How do I put this? She is the gal that you interacted with who gave you the terms of this loan, as it were, and she gives you this sort of almost half-surprised look as she rounds the corner. The particular woman is wearing a hood, and you can just barely make out underneath that hood these sort of half-elven kind of ears. She gives you a sort of a tilted head look, nods, and then gives you the most mischievous, makes your skin crawl kind of smirk as she pivots around to the other side of the cart, opens the door, and simply says, "We've arrived, madam." Stepping out of the cart is a woman. A woman you've never seen before, but I would say that in this moment she very much stands out as someone's well-to-do, as it were. She looks a little bit like this. On her shoulder is resting a small white cat. She wears a very large, wide-brimmed hat. Her clothing itself looks a little out of place for the warmth of the city. We find ourselves sort of midsummer, and the weather's been 60, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but she looks almost as though she's a bit cold, or at least dressed for colder weather. As she steps forward, she offers a simple nod to this half-elven woman, who quickly takes up a sort of shadowed approach to her, and the woman approaches you. She gives you this very sort of calm look up and down as she does so, and then asks a simple question. "Are you the man that my associate here offered a loan to?"
If it is your man, then I suppose I must be in your debt.
She smiles. It is a smile that both makes you feel perhaps a little uncomfortable, yet at the same time very, very safe. It's a conflicting kind of feeling. "What was your name again, good man?" Those that owe me money, I like to know their names.
Denik Durand, as it pleases you.
Denik Durand. As it pleases me, he says. As it pleases me. She chuckles to herself for a moment, and then looks over to her associate. Caladria, what do you make of this man? Caladria, the half-elven woman, looks over and says, Mrs. Stone, I think he is a man who may have potential. Mrs. Stone lets out a chuckle. Potential, you say, Caladria. Well, that's very interesting. Denik, are you a man of your word? Are you a man of honor? Can I trust that the debt I have bestowed upon you will be one that you will seek to pay in a timely fashion? Or will I need to hunt you for the money you owe me?
Well, if your contract asks for us to go south into the unconquered lands around here and try and make something of it, so long as your creditors do not have any issues with commuting, I don't think there'll be any sort of an issue.
She
I
bursts
seek to
into
pay
laughter.
my debts, of course, but I also if it needs be, must attempt to keep to the word of your bargain. You ask me to do the thing. If I don't do the thing, then I can't be keeping the word either. So it's difficult, but I will do my best.
Bursts into laughter. Halfway through, you finish your sentence, she's bursted into laughter. It is this rolling, joyous kind of laughter. And she says, I like him, Caladria. I like him. He's so strange. Like a little puppy. Don't you agree? And she just giggles, and Caladria just stone face. Yes, Mrs. Stone, like a puppy. She turns and begins to walk past you. As she does so, she stops. There is a smell about her that you can't quite place. It smells like old incense. Like someone that's been around incense that's burned too long, and there's almost like a musty kind of smell to it, yet it is still a bit sweet at the same time, like a very fragrant perfume. As she stops, she looks over, and the little cat on her shoulder just goes meow, like that. She leans in. I have a favor to ask of you, Dinok, since you are heading into the region known as the Stolen Lands. I've heard some rumors there is a temple to one of the gods, the good ones, not one of the evil ones I would never associate, of course. But a temple of Erastil, it's called. If you find it, send word of its location to me, and I shall forgive your debt. Of course, you could simply pay me back what you owe, but do remember it is weekly interest, and it is compounding as well. With that being said, I do wish you the best on your journey. I need to meet with the Sword Lord. She's asked for a couple of items. Do take care, Dinok. Come, Caladria, come. And she slips inside of the building, very quickly disappearing before you. The man, over on the horse, looks over at you for a moment, sort of tilts his head, and then simply shakes it. Before you can say anything, we pivot back to you on the horse, traveling westward into the Stolen Lands. Our view of your character, as you are mulling about and thinking about this interaction, pivots over to your left-hand side, and we see a man with, I believe, white hair, Zachary. Take a moment to describe your character to us, if you'd be so kind.
Ingram Felder is a bit more taller than the average human. It's about 6'4", 6'2", something like that. He carries himself upright. Always has a bit of a smile to his face and wears nicer robes with like a white inner to it, and does carry a staff around, denoting himself to be some sort of magic user. He's currently just like looking off in the distance and seeing a weird bird just kind of like weave around
There is
for a
a
few
there
minutes
is a there
now.
is a hawk that is circling around, and you kind of feel like it's watching you. It has a really big beard and like a white streak on the one side of it. It's very odd indeed, Zach. Yes, good.
Mhm.
But as you are traveling along, you see Denok looking off into the distance, sort of in his own little head. You too imagine back to these couple of moments before you stepped inside of this large mansion to meet with the Sword Lord and, well, get your charter, as it were. So we pivot back to that scene. This is a couple of moments after our interaction with Danak, who has now stepped inside to interact with the rest of the guests of this particular ongoing. The man over in the corner is still there, sort of tending to his horse. He almost seems a little bit like a guard. But as you have approached this mansion, you are just about to step inside of the mansion when a man rounds the corner, sort of sprinting, and nearly runs kind of like face first right into you. And this particular man is dressed all in white, or excuse me, all in black. He has a very like gregarious kind of smile on his face, and he bows very low, as he sort of rounds right up to you. All right, and as he does so, he introduces himself. Oh, my dearest apologies, my good man. My dearest apologies. I nearly ran you over. You look rather familiar. I feel like I've seen you before. Were you? No, it wouldn't have been at the college. That doesn't make any sense. It could have been at. No, it wasn't there as well. It must have been. Ah, where do I know you from? And he puts his hands on his hips and looks just perplexed as he stares you down.
Well, I frequent the colleges in Absalom quite
Colleges
often.
in Absalom quite often. Absalom. I can tell you one thing. I have never been to Absalom once in my life. Really brevoy, born and raised, always trying to make a name for myself as it were. What was your name again? I feel like you told it to me before, but I can't quite place where it was. Say it again. I'll remember this time, I promise.
Ingram.
Ingram, ingrained into my brain. Ingram. I like it. It's a strong name, a powerful name. Your eyes are very strange. They glow a bit. You're not quite human, are you? I don't mean any disrespect, of course, but you look a little different, as though there's something extra about you. Extra.
Right. Yes. I'm an asthma.
An asthma. Wow, that is insane. Crazy, even. I dare say an Azimar. You know, I've met a couple of Azimars before. Usually, most of them are a bit hoity-toity, a little bit get goody two-shoes, choosing the old, I am a good man, I'm going to do the good thing. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Forgive me. My name is Vaughn. Vonhold. To be a Vonhold is the name of the capital I plan to do. I've got a charter, you see, and I'm planning to travel to one of the lands that are stolen to unsteal them and turn them into my right. You don't care about any of this, do you? You probably have your own charter to go elsewhere, and I'm doing that thing I do where I talk too much. The man over by the horse chuckles to himself and shakes his head once again. Could I ask you, what region of the stolen lands are you, well, chartering to, if I may be so bold as to inquire?
Uh,
The
hold on,
green
please.
belt.
The green.
It was in the hand that I posted.
I don't read.
I cannot
My character
roll dice
does.
not to read.
Good to roll dice. No. I'm going to the green belt.
The green belt. You know what's strange? The green belt is actually just to the west of the location I'm going to, the Noman Heights. It appears if you succeed in conquering that land and I could succeed in conquering mine, we might end up neighbors.
Perhaps. In the future. Do remember, silence is golden and less is more. Especially if you're going to be a leader.
Golden less is more. don't leaders have to do a lot of talking? Have you led I'm doing it again, aren't I? Well, absolute pleasure to meet you. I do wish you all the best in your journeys. I'm wanted inside, for the signing, the chartering, as it were. But, finger guns. Good luck.
Yes.
And he slips inside and
What's
vanishes.
a gun?
Finger hand crossbows. As he does, yes. But you are left. The man over by the horse chuckles again and looks over to you and says, 2-to-1 odds. He ends up dead within the first week.
I'll make a pretty corpse, I guess.
He wasn't too hard on the eyes.
No.
For a man.
That would be nice.
Well,
He's
a
dead,
smarmy
so-
man. Bit of foppish, don't you think?
Yes.
Well, good luck inside as well. There'll be more of them, sir. And he nods his head, as it were. But as you slip inside, we pivot back to our long, frozen road that you've been traveling on for about a week since you left Restov. And we pivot back over to the long road. And we now see a fire-headed young woman, or a middle-aged woman, a person that exists. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but Mimi, please take it away. Introduce your character.
Yeah, so Samia is rather short, even by female standards. She's barely over 5 feet. She wears armor, as she is a cavalier, but in addition to the armor, she wears quite a bit of kind of flashy-looking jewelry, some of which is over the armor, some of which is not visible currently. When her helmet is off, you can see that her long red hair looks almost like it's on fire and kind of moves with sort of a will of its own.
Ooh, I love that. I genuinely love that. That's really fucking cool.
Ifrits are fun.
They are really cool. I get a little aside here, a little segue. I always get a little iffy when folks are like, I want to play a weird monstrous race, but the elemental races really speak to me because they're very, very, very cool. I have an Ored in one of my other campaigns, but anyway, back to the game itself. So, with that being said, as we have with the last two, your mind drifts off. You think back to a week and a half or so prior to your departure from Restov, and you remember this moment. It just sort of calls out to you when you and this, well, actual lost kind of puppy dog gentleman, a gentleman by the name of Eric, who has sort of latched on to you over the last couple of months of travel. He is a traveling bard whom you rescued from some goblins or some monsters or something, and he just said,
and now I can't get rid of him.
And now you can't get rid of him. And he's kind of writing a story about your travels and your adventures, and he just won't leave. He won't leave. He's like a wart, or I don't know. He's like something, and he won't go away. But the two of you were approaching. You have stored your second character, which again, I only do it because I trust you, because I've played with you before. 2 different
The
characters.
horse!
Right? I know it's a character. It's a character thing that you get, but I'm just saying, all right? I'm giving you a long leash here, all right? All right? So, like, I trust you, but don't break my... I'm just kidding, all right? So the
horse! What's it gonna do?
Lots of things. They're scary, all right? But we watch as the two of you are walking up towards this manor, this mansion, as it were. And as you guys are walking up, Eric has been sort of like rubbing his hands on his pant legs, like kind of like walks forward a little bit, rubs his hands on his pant legs, walks forward a little bit, and he's just like, his hands look sweaty. They're like clammy, all right? And as you are getting ready to approach the door, he stops just mid-stride and goes, Samira, can I ask you a question?
That's one question, but I guess I can give you another.
Oh, right. I suppose I should have asked if I could ask, but that is a Anyway, are you sure about this? I mean, I've been doing some reading and a lot of listening in some of the taverns, and everyone says that the stolen lands are, I believe the exact phrase was, a goddamn death sentence. And I'm not saying any particular god, maybe all of the gods simultaneously dooming us to horrible death. You know, like ripped apart, flayed, burned alive. I mean, I've heard some really bad horror stories. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I've really enjoyed traveling with you and probably will anyway. But are you sure this is a good idea?
Well, there's nothing stopping you from not going.
Yeah, but I'm more alive when I'm with you, and I feel like I might die if I don't follow, but also,
You're probably going to die if you go, too, if you're that concerned about it.
oh, that's not helping. This is the part where you're supposed to, like, talk me off the ledge, I thought, but maybe I'm wrong.
So
Anyway,
here's the other end of the ledge, which is you might as well go. There's no guarantee of death, there's no guarantee of life, and you can say that about staying around here, too.
he finishes that, like, step that he froze on and steps forward. Now he's right next to you. You know, that actually did make me feel better, Samira.
Funny how that works, I guess.
It is. Can I get one more question?
If you want.
Why are you choosing to do this? I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I get it. I'm a bit of a coward at times, but why? What's in it for you in the long run? Maybe even the short run.
I get to go home, obviously. I'm from the River Kingdoms.
That it?
It's something to do for a few months to a year, however long it takes to get this settlement up, and by then, well, I'll be close enough to the River Kingdoms I can probably go home if I want to at that point. Things will have died down. And if it takes a decade, it takes a decade. I'm going to live for a few hundred years. What's 10 years?
Wait, really? Right. Ifrit. Ifriti. I knew that. I did know that. Can I get a third question? That's probably my sixth.
I mean, it's not like we're the last ones to arrive, I'm sure. We're still. She looks up, checks the sun. We still have some time.
Deep breath in, deep breath out. If it works, if we are able to tame this place, well, I guess my question is, do you think you'll still want to leave? I mean, you could go home, but what is home? What is home if not just the people you want to spend time with? I mean, I know it's only been a few months, but you're like my best friend. Probably my only friend. Maybe that says something about me. Am I making any sense?
You've lived a very odd life if I'm your only friend when you're. What, you're 60?
No, I'm like 22. What? You think I'm 60?
I don't know how humans age.
Do I look that bad? Is it? Oh man.
I'm in my 80s. I don't know what you're complaining
Wait,
about.
you're 80? You look like 24. I thought that's. Oh, I have so much to learn. I'll be inside, contemplating my existential crisis I'm having right now. Oh, son of a bitch.
Even in 20 years, you should have had another friend.
I mean, I've had friends, but none of them are here. You're the only one that I like, actively spent. And then he walks inside, just kind of flustered. The man, still tending to his horse, giving him a nice little brush, looks over and says, "Where'd you find that one?"
Goblin encampment.
You should have left him.
Well, it wasn't up to me. I'm not going to tell someone what to do.
He nods. He
If
seems.
you're heading to the River Kingdoms, I pity you if you don't know the rules of the land.
It was merely a joke, miss. I wish you a glorious day.
And a good day to you, too.
Sort of tilts his head to the side, and we pivot back over to our long road that we've been traveling on. And last, and certainly not least, we see a dwarf. And Charles, take it away and introduce this dwarf to us, please.
All right. Theragor is a broadly built short dwarf, jet black hair, braided. He has one of those big mustache braids that come down like this, and then another braid, his hair like this, and there's iron rings in them. He has a very hard face, and as they are traveling, he kind of has a perpetual frown on his face as he's not really paying attention to what's around him. It's like his thoughts are far off.
I like that. I like that. So as your thoughts are far off, Fulgrim, Therabor? Wait,
Theragor.
Theragor. Excuse me. I'm terrible with names. If I don't
No
mess up a
problem.
name once, it's not a Darewolf game. Really bad with names. It's definitely my MO. So we pivot back over to our city scene that we've been spending time with our other characters here. As you pivot back over, Samira is no longer there, but you are stepping forward. The man and his horse. The horse is now gone. And he's actually getting ready to step inside. And as you walk by, he clears his throat. He clears his throat, and sort of looks you up and down, appraisingly. Not arrogant, not condescendingly, just appraisingly.
Gridnor
Man.
gives him a skeptical dwarven, look up
Yes.
and down.
You have the look of a man, if I may be so bold as to say, that knows what he's about. What is your name, good sir?
I'm Theragor of Brunderton, cleric of Torag.
Torak. That is a
And,
Go ahead.
and if you cannot recognize it, I'm a dwarf, not a man.
It was a general term. With that being said, I wish to inquire something about, well, your reason for being here. I am how do I put this? I am a warrior without a cause, and I've seen a few individuals traveling inside this particular manor, as it were. I know why people are here, and I know that there are a number of different groups traveling into the Stolen Land soon. Which group are you with? Nomen Heights, the Slough, the Greenbelt region?
I hold the Greenbelt Charter.
No one's. If you want to succeed in this endeavor, this journey to tame an untamable land, what kind of kingdom, what kind of settlement do you plan to form, to forge, as it were, to use a dwarven term? And he smiles.
I suppose that will be determined by those who found it, those who build it. I am a clerk of Torag. For me, the joy itself is in the building, in the crafting of things. However it turns out, I will be pleased.
So if it turns out to be a tyrannical government, as long as you had a hand in crafting it, you won't mind?
Well, I'd say that.
Well, that's why I'm inquiring. I'm wishing to pledge my banner, and a few of my banner men with me, to a cause. There was something about you as you walked by that told me to speak to you. Do you plan to build a kingdom that someone who, put it plainly, wishes to do good and rebuild his family's name would have a chance to do so?
If that is a description of you,
It is.
my friend, then yes, the Greenbelt region would be a place where you could pursue that sort of life. I go there to help found a kingdom that will assure good for all. But I also go to prevent evil.
His expression of the appraising expression that he had, this sort of view looking you up and down, turns into a slow nod of approval and a genuine smile. Does my heart good to hear that from you, sir? My name is Creston. Creston Grievous.
Preston,
Yes. If you take the time to look at my name, you will find it is not held in high regard. My family we have seen better times. But I wish to show that the Grevis name is more than its history. It is its future. I may not be able to travel presently, but within a few weeks' time, I will travel westward towards Oleg's trading post and reinforce you and your allies there. I ask for nothing other than an opportunity to prove my worth, if you'll have it.
If what you say is true, then you shall have it. As far as you and your family's reputation, grab a hold of your life as if it is the hammer of a forge, and build your own life. Do not concern yourself with what others say or think.
But I think I'm going to like working with you. Extends his hand to shake yours.
He extends his hand also.
Like the nice, like
Right.
wrist grab, like, brothers, yes, good, we
Right.
do good, we build things, good, yes, grumble, grumble.
Yeah.
He turns and he steps inside the building, leaving you a moment to yourself. As you are getting ready to head inside, we're going to do our first roll of the campaign. I want you to give me a perception check, Theragor.
Perception check.
Yes,
All
give me a
right,
perception
here we
check,
go.
please.
We all die.
Righty.
I mean,
We all die.
ideally.
And is there a perception button on the
Yeah, so on your skills
page
sheet,
here?
great teaching moment. If you go to your skills tab, or if you go to the top of the sheet and you click on
Okay.
adventure, on any of the tabs. So any of your tabs, there are there is a bunch of buttons that exist at the top of your character sheet. These are menus. It's called the menus tab. So under conditions, set buffs,
I
menus.
see.
If you click on adventure, it will shoot over to the
Oops.
to the screen, over to your little like chat window. It'll shoot all of your skills that you have ranks in, and you can just
nice.
click straight from there. So if you're on your attacks tab and you want to do boom, 23, hot diggity
Good Lord.
damn, that was actually pretty good, man. That was a 19 on the
Right.
die. That's a good sign for the campaign. You guys probably aren't going to die right away. Very excited to see that. Well done, sir. Well done. So as you are just surveying the man walking in, you get this feeling like something or someone is watching you from behind. And as you turn to look back over your shoulder, you see a woman is standing sort of like on the like right at the corner of this building here. I'm gonna go ahead and show a quick token to you what she looks like. She has long blonde hair, sort of piercing blue eyes, a cloak. She looks almost noblish in this particular moment, and she just sort of tilts her head to the side, offers you a simple nod, and then steps back, disappearing around the corner. There is a moment of like sense motive that I need you to make to see how you feel about this moment.
Aha.
Yeah, second roll of the game. We're all the rolls to him. 13. 12? Was that a 12? That was a 13. Something felt a little weird about it, like she was watching you the whole time, but it might not have been you she was watching. Might have been the person you were with, but with that 13, you're not quite sure, but something definitely felt off about it. Like you felt the eyes on you, you look back, you see her, she just sort of like nods her head acknowledging that you saw her, and then she slips back. If you choose to move up and around to look, she's gone. Just gone. You don't know where she went. We don't even know why she was there. Just a weird gal. Just hanging out, doing stuff. Who knows who she was? Who knows why she was there? But I digress. As we pivot back and you slip inside of the building, you all think back to a long sort of conversation you had with one of the sword lords of Restov. She presented you all with a charter. This charter allows you to travel into a region known as the Stolen Lands. The charter says the following: be it so known that the bearer of this charter has been charged by the sword lords of Restov, acting upon the greater good and authority nestled within them by the office of the regent of the Dragonscale throne. They have been granted the right of exploration to travel within the wilderness region known as the Greenbelt. Exploration should be limited to an area no further than 36 miles east and west and 36 miles south of Oleg's trading post. The carrier of this charter should also strive against banditry and other unlawful behavior to be encountered. The punishment for unrepresented banditry remains, as always, execution by the sword or rope. So witnessed this on the 24th day of Callistril, under the watchful eye and lordship of Restov, and authority granted by the Lord Askari Storova, current regent of the Dragon Scale Road. throne. This is signed by Aleski Sortuva. Aleski Sortuva. Now, Aleski Sortuva is the sword lord. Is the sword lord that granted you this charter. You guys have now been traveling along this long, frozen, cold road for about a week and a half. The first week or so of the journey was summer. It was nice, it was kind of warm, but as you crossed over this pathway, this sort of pathway into the green belt region, the weather took a turn for the worst. As you looked up towards the sort of southwest, the direction you guys were heading, you saw this swirling gray, almost hurricane-like storm. It wasn't thundering, it wasn't lightning, but there was this steady sort of gray. You've seen snow in the distance or rain. There's that kind of gray, almost fog-like sort of like view that you see in a storm. And you guys saw this, and it's just sort of swirling and gray. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys approximately where you are on this particular journey. So you guys are just starting to turn along the Restov road up and into the area known as the Greenbelt. All right, so you guys are right about on this area right here, traveling along this long road. And I'm going to go ahead and add a token to the map for you known as the party token. And this token shall represent where you guys as a group are on the map at any given time. But as you're traveling along the road, I need everyone, real quick, to give me a quick perception check so that I can see what you guys see up ahead as you round a corner. Samia?
Yeah, great start, huh?
You know that you have feet. You know that you have feet. Ingram, you look up in the sky and realize that bird is actually me watching you disapprovingly. All right? There it is.
Nice cat.
22. Ingram, you are the one that notices as you round the corner, and again, your vision, your sight, is somewhat obscured by this constant, slow, and steady falling snow. Appearing as if sort of forming out of the mist, you see a group of men and women up ahead. There are a couple of, well, they look armed. You have a few men that are wielding these giant-looking hammers. You have a couple of gentlemen that have these swords on their back. You have a few men that have these sort of bows and whatnot on them as well. And then there's one that is standing on top of a cart and seems to be giving orders or directions to the rest of the group. Give me a quick knowledge, local or general intelligence check to see if you can kind of get a basic idea of whom these people might be. Knowledge local Ingram, very good with the 26. It makes sense that you would know this. These guys match the description of some rumors you heard. Samia, as he points this out to you, you would notice it. They match the description of some bandits that have been acting and sort of banditing. They have been doing some banditry inside the region known as the Greenbelt. A name passes through your mind, the Stag Lord. Now, what you know about the Stag Lord, Ingram, and Samia as well, is he is a bandit lord who has laid claim to the region known as the Greenbelt and is acting as a kind of de facto ruler and has been, well, having his men attack and otherwise harass people along the Restov road, which is the road that you're on. And the scene before you, it's pretty obvious what happened. You see a couple smatters of blood, a few bodies around, and this cart, which is currently being looted by these men. They look relatively armed and relatively well prepared, and Ingram, there's something that you notice with that nat 20. On the back of the closest man's neck, he's sort of leaning against a tree. They haven't noticed your approach as of yet. You see this strange red and kind of purplish tattoo on the back of his neck. It's 3 concentric circles around a single central circle dot. So red circle, tiny red circle, and a purple dot in the back. And it almost looks like it's pulsating ever so slightly. You shake your head, you squint, and it doesn't look like it's pulsating anymore. But the hair on the back of your neck stands up as you see this. What would you guys like to do?
They have not seen-
knows. Zach knows what that is.
Oh.
Does Ingram?
Zach might think he knows what it is, but we'll see.
I think I might know.
Oh, yeah,
Alright, we'll see what it is.
They have not seen us yet. We should get off the road to observe them. And perhaps to sneak closer.
Eric bumps into the back of the horse, not realizing that everyone has stopped. What's going on? Wait, why are we
Hush.
getting off the...
Hush.
Okay, I'm quiet. Sorry.
There are people on the road. They have a ill look about them.
The man on top of the cart shouts out, "All right, men! Gather what you can! We'll take it back to the fort! These fucking savages! We showed them what for, didn't we? Yeah, we did! For the Stag Lord! It was a rabble! And they're getting all excited and grabbing supplies and moving around, as it were.
I'm gonna look around and I'm just gonna put a hand out and put a finger up to my mouth and I'm gonna cast I'll put my hood up. I'm gonna cast Vow of Anonymity on myself.
Okay.
Oath of
Ooh.
Anonymity.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
Who's that?
I swear an oath not to reveal your identity, magically preventing from anyone from discovering it, so as long as you avoid revealing your face or other easily identifiable features. Distorts your voice and subtly alters your body language and appearance of your gear
Ooh.
and any animals you use, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Gives you a +10 on a disguise checks.
Give me a disguise check real quick. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
That's beautiful. I like that. Look at this guy.
I'm gonna try and like alter the magic, trying to be like a stag lord, like scout or
Okay.
something like that.
I like that. I like that. All right, cool.
I have to find where that is first.
All
Okay,
right.
disguise check. I'm just gonna roll and we're gonna do math in our head. 23.
23. Not terrible, actually.
No.
That's actually not terrible. I don't hate that. So you have disguised yourself so that you look like not you. You look like you maybe are a scout or something like that. I like that. Okay. What would you like to do with that? Actually, let me ask this. What is the rest of the group doing? Theragor has mentioned he wants to get off the road. Where would you like to move to, sir?
Well, if the others, just to the south, right into the tree line, so we won't be able to be spotted as, as easily. I'll move myself just right down here.
He pivots around behind you, like
There.
getting behind the horse. Oh shit!
There,
Oh, this is
there
where I
appear to be
died.
there appear to be 10 of them. Do you think we are outnumbered?
I definitely think we're outnumbered. We should probably just hide. Let them go.
That depends on how well outfitted and trained they are.
Danik kind of follows the rest of the group off the road and kind of raises an eyebrow theatrically and makes it as if he's like walking around them or like into them, fist into hand, to like ask like, "Hey, what do you guys want to do about this? Because you want to avoid it, he's fine with that. You want to not avoid it, he's fine with that."
Our charter is plain. It tells us what to do with bandits, and I heard right out of their mouths they serve the Stag Lord. It is our duty to take them down, but not at the expense of our lives. If we think
We'll have
we
to deal
cannot win
with
this battle.
we'll have to deal with them sooner or later, but there are smart ways to deal with bandits and dumb ways to deal with bandits. We should see what sorry, I'm still learning everyone's character name. We should see
Ingram.
what information Ingram brings back.
Very well.
Okay.
Is
I
Danik
think
going to move off the
while-
road as well, or stay put?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, I suppose I should actually
you're good,
do
man.
that. That does make sense.
No need to apologize. You're fine.
I kind of lead the horse back, kind of quickly
So-
toss the reins over a branch and
Has Ingram walked forward yet?
Not yet. We're letting
a
everyone
few
else have a
steps.
moment.
But it does look like you're going to walk into where they are.
Yeah, a part of the spell is becoming not myself, so disconnecting from you guys. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Right.
I like it.
You guys can't see me. You know?
Oh, we can't see. Okay. all right.
Not
Yeah.
anymore, but we saw you do something, so we can assume you're going to go scout.
Yeah. You saw my like body shift and my clothes
Yeah.
change.
Right.
You can see him, because the spell doesn't make you invisible, but he doesn't look like himself. But also, you saw him cast the spell, so I would say you guys probably know it's him, but he looks different, right? You're his allies. So Ingram, take it away.
How long does real quick? How long does the cantrip guidance last for?
Great question. I think a round.
Yeah, not long at all.
Oh well, if I cast it on him.
Hey, you're +1 disguise for 6 seconds. Goodbye.
Well,
Good luck storming the bandits.
Yes.
24.
Yeah. Well, just for role playing effect, he'll say, "May the strength of Toreg guide you," and then he steps into the trees a bit.
Erotic performance, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. That's not right.
Yeah.
Why are the trees chanting?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm bad at sometimes picking up on when people are talking when we're not like right in front of each other. But
sorry.
What then it goes is completely relative to how much time happens before stuff kicks off. I might grab like the rope off of the side of my like saddlebags and prepare to like run a trip line between a couple trees or something. But
if you want to prep some stuff, absolutely. Give me a stealth check so that we can see how stealthy you are, and then if you want to set up some quote unquote traps, I love that. Absolutely, I think that's a great idea.
Just one. I would. I don't know if I try this as freehand here. I guess I'd like set up like a little trip line kind of between these two trees here.
Okay.
If I get the opportunity.
Love that. Yep.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Done.
Take it away. Don't make me.
That's perfect. I love that. Ingram, go ahead and step forward. Let's see what happens.
Yes. I'm gonna, with that 23, I'm gonna kind of like hunch myself over, get the hood as far out as I can. Kind of like I pretend it like browned the colors, muted them, dirtied them. Like I kind of look, a walkabout-ish type person. I'm gonna start to walk up here, making myself known but still face covered. And I'm just gonna say, "Oh, I finally found you. Word from the Stag Lord. He needs more men back there."
All of the men turn almost simultaneously and look towards you. The man on the cart hops off, takes a few steps forward, and gives you a very narrow-eyed, appraising look. Skill check.
Do you need me to do that?
Squints, looking back and forth. Don't recognize ya. What's your name?
Charles.
I
look at my left and there's names.
That's funny. That's funny on 2 different levels. I
what's
love
a
that
fine name?
Yeah, it's an okay name.
Yeah.
2 of us here have it, yes.
Yeah.
Squints goes, Charles. Don't recall it, Charles. Damn it. We got so many new men coming in. What were his orders?
Yeah, he needs more men south of here.
Did he say specifically where, Charles?
Does Charles know a place south of here within his realm?
Probably not. You should have thought this plan through. But lesson learned, I suppose. Give me a bluff check real quick, please.
Okay. We're gonna die.
Maybe.
Bluff. That's a B. A bluff is a B. Sure.
Oh, no.
You know, south of here, at the place with the people, where you need to go. Your disguise is beautiful. Your ability to lie, dog shit. So he just kind of tilts his head to the side. You said it was Charles, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, funny story.
Yeah.
I fell
Right.
and I cracked my skull open.
Yeah.
I'm in severe
Cracked
pain.
your skull. He does this with his left hand, motioning. This with his right hand. And this gentleman starts to kind of stride over. This gentleman starts to kind of stride over.
Which one is the guy in
They're kind of
charge?
starting to like. They're trying to get a little closer. And he's like, right, yeah, split your head. I've heard such a thing. You know.
Aragorn says to the others, "Looks like he's doing pretty well."
Yeah, looks like he's doing great.
I shake my head like,
I would like to ready a cantrip for fuck. I'm just gonna try and save myself here. DM, I don't know. Am I gonna roll a thing here maybe to try and save myself?
He's like, why don't you come over and help us with the boxes, Charles?
Right, yeah.
That's
Give me a
what his
sec.
words say, but his tone says, we're gonna beat you to death. So you don't even need to make a sense motive check. This guy is
Right,
basically
right.
like, okay, you're gonna die.
And that's like this guy right here or this guy?
So this gentleman right here,
Yeah.
gentleman, looks to be the leader of the
Okay.
band of people.
Mhm.
I love these new tokens, by the way. I love the artwork. Super fun.
Mhm.
I would like to take a turn,
Okay.
if you will.
Are you saying you would like to drop into combat? Because if you
Maybe.
take an aggressive action, combat starts, and I'm fine
Well,
with that. But I want
It's
to give
more
the
of a
rest of the
wizard
group.
action.
Okay, I want to give the rest of the group a chance to position themselves accordingly.
Yeah.
You guys quickly see back on the farther back of the road that this whole I'm Charles and I'm from the Stag Lord is quickly devolving into it's not going well. All right, very quickly not going well.
Yes.
I'm going to give you guys a chance to maneuver where you'd like to go. They're all focused on Charles right now, so you can move pretty much anywhere you want within 30 feet of Charles. Go ahead and reposition yourselves as you see fit, just so that you guys are, like, ready to go when this shit pops off, because it's probably about to pop off.
Yeah.
Hard yes.
And I'm just gonna try and
His companions
bullshit as
getting
much
toward- he's
time
like,
as I
"Oh,
can.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Nick, go ahead. Danak.
I like to watch all my companions going forward, like, oh, I set the trap too far back.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's our
Grab-
first encounter
grab
together.
my
We're
bow.
learning. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh,
I'll
we're gonna
never
die.
do-
We're gonna die. Eric starts to kind of hum quietly to himself, like he's like like he's trying to get into key. He's a singing
Right.
bard. I'm
Uh-huh.
a singing bard.
Right.
Oh, buddy
Would-
boy.
Would it be all right for Theragor to cast a spell if it looks like?
Yes, I'm gonna
right?
give all of you, other than Ingram, a surprise round. Ingram's gonna
Right.
pop it off. All of you will get a surprise round. Now, in Pathfinder First Edition, your surprise round, you get a move or a standard action, one or the other. So you could use it, for example, Theragor, to cast a spell like Blast and prepare yourself. Eric's
Right,
probably
that's
gonna
what
use
we're
it to
gonna do.
start his bardic performance, to get everyone a +1 to attack and damage, etc. So let's do this. Let's preemptively roll initiative, because we're dropping into a fight. Ingram, I do want to compliment you. I thought everything went really well. You should probably put some ranks into bluff. Just FYI, you know. But it's
Yeah.
okay. But it's okay. It's good.
It
I
had
like
me
where your mind's
fooled.
at. Yeah, I was convinced, but that guy said no. That guy said no. It's
Now
good.
I get the nat 20.
There it is. You love to see it. You love to see it. All righty
Lovely,
then.
lovely. 6.
All righty, bo bitey. Very cool. Very fun. Very, very good. All right. And this kitty is very annoyed right now because I'm not paying a lot of attention to her. This is Luna. She's so cute. I love her to death.
Oh,
She's a little cute kitty cat. She
Love.
just wants love.
lap cat. Lap cat.
She wants love. She's my
Mwah.
boobaboos. Alrighty then. So everyone drops in. So, Ingram, you're gonna pop combat. Is everyone in the initiative? Everyone click their token, rolled initiative. Everyone's in. I see Ingram. I see
I
Samia.
didn't click my token.
Yep,
Sorry.
you got to click your token first. I see Ingram.
Oh,
I see
did
Theragor.
I?
You're good. You did it right,
Oh,
Theragor.
good. Okay.
Let's make sure our boy is in. Click your token first, then click initiative. Boom, there it is. You are now in the initiative. Love that. Let me go in descending order. Let me make sure I got Eric in there as well. I don't think I rolled for Eric. Eric has a +4. He is all dex and like no strength. And okay,
Fitting.
so on your character sheets, under common buffs, I need you guys to all add, if you haven't already, bardic performance, because Eric will be using that a lot to assist you guys. With that being said, so great teaching moment.
Okay.
So on
Wait,
your
what?
character sheet, when you go to your character sheet, go to the set buffs. Under add a common buff, go down to It is called Inspire Courage. Select Inspire Courage on the drop down and then click the plus button next to it that says Add. It will then add a buff to your buffs that will auto level up as things go. For your for leveling as you level up and as he levels up, it will give you bonuses to your attacks and stuff like that. Yes, very.
And then
very
as
good.
long as it has enabled, that means
Then it's active. Yep.
active.
You got it, brother.
I am sorry, I'm not seeing this.
Is
field.
he
No worries,
inspiring
man.
everyone?
So on your character sheet, Nanak,
Yep.
up at the top, you should see something that says Set Buffs. So all the way at the top of the character sheet, right underneath where it says like current buffs, click the little arrow
I
that's
see
pointing to
current
the
conditions
right.
and current. Oh,
Yep.
Yep.
Click that to drop it. Under Common Buffs, click the drop down, find Inspire Courage. Once it's selected, click the Add button. Great teaching moment on this sheet. I love this character sheet, by the way. It's a convoluted piece of shit, but I love it so much. I have two videos that I've done on this sheet that I've posted. I'm probably gonna do another one on just like basic functions of it because I think that would be helpful for players. Skadoosh, and let me make sure that it's all selected. Boom! If you go to all, it's right there. To enable and unenable, you just click the enable button, and that will give you all the buffs you need as you do it. And he is starting his bardic performance. It is now active. That's +1 attack and damage. Okay. With that being said, which is my favorite transition when it comes to all transitions, you guys are gonna hear some battle music, which is going to be. Do I have some good battle music here? I thought I had battle music on this one. Most of this battle music I can't play because it's not. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Give me 1 second here. Wow, see, it wouldn't be a Darewolf game unless I had some scuff. There it is. All right, add to game. All right, Desert Combat. Here we go. Yeah, you like that?
Nice.
Desert Combat.
Very dramatic.
It's a good one. It's a nice generic battle music. All right, cool. So, first up in the initiative, we are doing our surprise round first. Ingram, you're getting a full round action because you're popping this shit off. All right? What would you like to do?
So I can't move and do a full
No,
round
you're getting
action?
a full round. You're getting a full
Oh, I'm
round,
getting
and then everyone
getting
else
a
gets
turn.
a surprise round. Because you're
All
doing
right.
basically you're taking your turn right now. You won't get a turn later in the initiative. I'm letting you basically hop your turn. All right? Because
Gotcha.
otherwise you're just gonna get swarmed and murdered. Because you're a level
Yeah.
1 wizard.
Yeah.
You will get swarmed and murdered.
Eight
Like,
hit points.
don't get me wrong. I want to kill you, but not this early. It
Please
doesn't
don't.
feel good. All right.
Please don't.
Remember, it is GM versus player, and I plan to win. So yeah. Yikes.
I mean, you're playing along with us with your GM NPC, so I think it's a little
he's
muddy
invulnerable.
this
He'll
time.
never die. He'll never die.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
he has a DM fiat armor. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I will probably kill him at some point.
Yeah.
I
He's
will.
the-
Yes, go ahead.
Sacrificial lamb.
Absolutely, love it. Love to see it. And I will feel nothing for him. Nothing.
Let me read this spell.
We're having fun here. We're having fun.
Interaction?
Yikes. It's good. It's good. Let's see what
Is
happens here.
shield not a react like a?
Shield is not a reaction. That is a standard action first
Oh,
level
God.
spell. You're thinking 5e, baby bird.
Yeah, I thought it
Get
was
that,
like the same
get
as
that shit
five.
right out of here.
Listen,
out,
I'm a
right
baby
out.
boy. I'm a baby bird.
You're a
Leave me
little baby
alone.
bird.
I'm a baby bird.
5e, more like dead to me. There it is.
Wow.
Just kidding. Whatever gets you to the table, man. I don't care.
Okay. Shoot. I was gonna do some contrived bullshit, but I think I'm just gonna go for a simple thing.
Yeah, you're a level 1 wizard. There's only so many
Yeah.
options you have.
How large of a field does this make?
What are you trying to do? You trying to cast grease?
Maybe.
It's 10-foot radius.
Hell yeah, brother. I want some slippery boys here.
Yeah?
Gosh, where are they gonna go though?
I don't know. Where are they going to go?
10 foot square? Okay.
10-foot circle. It's a radius. Looks a little bit something like this.
Okay.
Or it's 10 by 10, excuse me. 10 by 10, so it looks like that. That's the area that it covers.
All right. So it's gonna go right here.
I forgot to do loop. Okay. Go ahead and
There.
make this slightly dark gray so that it looks a little bit more like grease. There you go.
No.
You want it right here?
Yep.
It's fine.
No!
It's fine.
No!
It's your first combat. It's fine.
Wait.
There's gonna be mistakes.
No!
Nope. Too
Hold
late.
on.
You said it. It's the first combat with scuffs. That's what it's all about. He's like, ah. You're not thinking tactically. You're thinking, I don't want to die. It's okay. It happens. Don't worry about it.
But I'm a smart wizard.
Not that smart.
No. Fine.
My
Hey,
character's
let it
one of
happen.
them.
Let it happen. You can talk about it afterwards in character,
Yeah.
and it'll be a really good opportunity to grow and for Samira to hate you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And our characters have never fought together.
You've not really fought
No.
together. No, you guys all kind of got put together. You
Mhm.
met each other like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, I guess we're all friends now. Derp a derp.
We're not friends anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah. We need to learn about
So-
fiery lanes and horse lanes.
Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
I am going to cast Grease.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
So
that.
you are going to see the oath fall away. He's going to toss down the hood, and he's going to tap the staff and circle that just like kind of fades, and the earth is going to kind of just like be like mushed around and wrenched down by like magical lighty fingers,
Mhm.
and it's going to turn into like freaking
a greasy puddle. Nasty
Greasy
greasy
puddle,
puddle.
quicksand.
You still have a move action. Might I
Mhm.
suggest run like a bitch?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of there.
He's gonna say, "Fuck you all, goodbye," and he's gonna just
The man,
run
their leader,
5,
just
10,
grins.
15, 20, 25, 30. Please save me, big person on horse.
I like that one's coat. Bring it to me, boys. And, yeah. They don't see the rest of you, though. So,
Mhm.
surprise round. Surprise round. First up in the surprise round is Samira. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Well,
There's Grease. Watch out.
yeah. I saw you do that. Thanks.
Through the gates of hell, as we make our way to battle, through the bandit lines.
Okay,
Primo
so
this party. That's what Eric is singing.
yeah, question for you. I haven't used charge in Pathfinder before. Can it be diagonally?
Yeah, you can charge in a straight line in any
Line,
direction.
okay.
And when during a surprise round, it's up to your movement. So you can't do double like normal. It's up to your movement. You are on
He's
a
got
horse, though.
50-foot movement.
I was about to say that, and you just pooped on my parade. I don't know why you would
Sorry.
do that to me. Yeah.
Sorry.
You know this whole you playing two characters thing? I'm reconsidering it.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll remember that.
You should. I hope you do.
That's
Yeah,
40
for
feet.
combat character buff. Yeah.
That's 40 feet. We're good.
Oh, we're having a good time. Yeah. So you charging?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just coming out of nowhere, these guys are like, oh, that's a guy on a horse, and he's just like, whoa. He is flat-footed and surprised.
Yeah, that's good. So I don't remember if I added in the +2 for charging or not.
I usually just do it manually. So if you say you're charging, whatever you roll, we just add a +2. That's the easiest way to do
Cool.
it versus making a whole new macro. There's really no benefit to that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that's nice. Now this is a charge. I'm assuming you're using a lance.
I am, so it's 12 damage.
That is 12 damage. So we watch as bursting forward through the tree line, this glorious black Clydesdale just clop. The guys are like, I'll go in. What the hell is that? And just right through this guy's chest. And you watch as he just gets stabbed, thrown back, and just planted into the dirt. Just dead right off the rip. Nice opening volley. All the other guys lean back and go, ah! Like, what the hell was that? Also, where did she come from? Why did we not see her? Even the boss guy is like, oh, shit. All right. Next up in the surprise round is Danak.
Right. So these trees don't really look like they're like super evergreens. You know, like I can see underneath most.
Yeah,
of the
you can,
foliage,
most
I'm
of them.
assuming. So Just looking.
Samia was like
here.
up in a tree hiding and then like jumped out of
Yeah,
the tree. It was pretty cool.
apparently.
I don't know.
Yeah. He kind of
My
shifts
horse has
around
climb speed,
the
I guess.
trunk of the tree,
Mhm.
sights down, and whistles as loudly as he can, like a "Hey, over here" kind of thing. Draws back on a short bow and lets fly.
Love it. Shooting this guy right here, I assume.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah,
All right, is he
but
within
not
30
10.
feet? He's not, unfortunately.
It's 60 feet, and 30 feet is not relevant to me as I do not sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Well, golly gee willikers, dare I say. Oh, I would have loved that to have been a nat 20. That is still 7 damage. 7 damage coming in the clutch. We watch as the arrow flies, striking the man in the midsection. So he was like taking his hammer out. He's got this big hammer, strikes him in the side. He groans and leans over, looking back, and then says, "You're gonna regret that, you piece of shit." And yeah, he takes a good amount of damage. It looks like it really hurt him.
I think that's. Sorry, that should be one less.
That's
I don't
okay.
know why it has +1.
I
damage
wasn't
on
sure
that.
why, but I also wasn't going to question it because I trust you, and I see my trust was misplaced, but that's fine. I'm just kidding out there. Not a big deal. Next up in the surprise round is Theragor.
Theragor will grasp his hammer of Torag, and he'll hold it up, and it'll begin to glow within his fingers. It'll say, "Torag, may our hammers ring true."
Love
and he's
that.
gonna cast Bless.
That gets everybody. So under your
Ooh.
common buffs, same
Yes.
thing. Go ahead and click the drop-down menu, find Bless, click Add. Just remember after combat to go ahead and subtract it. Actually, that should have been +1 because you know why it's +1?
Oh, right,
Bardic
the
performance.
Bardic
Inspired.
Bardic performance. Yep.
Mhm.
That is +1. That is absolutely correct. So you weren't cheating. I'm glad. Good for you. I trust you again. See, dare wolf taketh and giveth and trusteth and not trusteth. It's a whole thing. It's good. I love it. All right, beautiful. So we watch as this sort of dome of positive energy emanates out. Everyone feels inspired. You're kind of glowing ever so slightly just for a moment, and you feel this kind of like beautiful, like inspirational both music and this sort of like passionate dwarven chant. You also all hear, actually no, just Theragor hears for a briefest moment what sounds like a hammer on an anvil. Ting, ting, ting. Like you're doing a good job. It's gonna be a real shame when you die here bloodily, but I digress. All right, Eric has done his bardic performance. This guy. Ingram has already gone. Samira has gone. That's everybody. Back to the top of the round. Samira, give me a perception check on this guy right in front of you real quick. It's a very low DC. If you get at least a 10, you'll probably see what's happening.
While I do that, do you want to learn how to say my character's name?
Nope. I'm gonna get it wrong. Samia.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm saying Samira. I'm adding an R, aren't I?
Yeah.
Samia.
Yeah.
Sam.
You said it's a perception
Give me a
check?
perception check, please. Samia. Do you want to learn how to say my character thing right? Yes? No? You don't see it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Cool. Cool.
Don't worry
That's
about it.
good to know.
Not a big deal. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a thing real quick as you go ahead and take your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like
Don't
to.
worry about this. It doesn't mean anything. Not a big deal.
Is this space like chargeable? Is that? What are you doing?
Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. It's not nothing.
Cool. I'm gonna do a 10-foot charge and attack this guy. Because that's what cavaliers do.
Yeah, charges butt. He's like, oh shit! Leaning back. 21 for 12. That is a solid blow. Solid blow into this man. For 12 damage, you spear him as well, or lance him as well, and he tumbles backwards. I'm gonna give you another perception check real quick to see if you can, notice something.
Notice whatever you're doing with
it
those
doesn't
corpses.
mean anything. It's fine. Don't worry. That's probably nothing.
Nope, that's not what I meant to click.
It's nothing. It's probably nothing. Nothing to worry about, at least.
Yeah, I'm not doing great on those checks.
7. Yep, still don't notice it. You're in that battle stance. Your horse is so tall, and your
I
hair...
can't see anything.
You
I'm
can't
so
see anything
short.
below.
I'm too short.
Lance this guy, pull it out, pivot. You just like urge the horse on, and just right through this guy's chest, right through the sternum. You hear his bones, his chest, his ribs crack in. He lets out this oof, like as all of the air out of his lungs is just pushed out, and he tumbles backward as you pull the lance out, ready to go. The guy is like, oh shit, this lady's for serious. This gentleman here draws his sword as part of a charge. He's wielding a long sword, and he rushes forward and attempts to take a swing at you. He nat 20s it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh my goodness.
That's
We
so
died.
bad. That's so
Died.
bad. I don't like that at all. Rolls to confirm 7. Thank God. All right, not as bad as it could have been. He
Yeah.
only deals you 1d8 plus 3. He doesn't have a great strength bonus, but he still deals 7
That's
damage.
7 damage.
As he runs up and just cuts up and along your leg, and he's like, "Die, bitch!" Boom, slash. As he does so. Goddamn, that's scary. This
Wow.
gentleman back here is startled by the woman on the black horse, like killing people. I'm gonna give him a quick will save right now because I think it's appropriate for him to maybe waver slightly. He rolls a 19, which is not good enough. I was looking for a nat 20, and he's gonna waver. He is gonna waver for a moment and be like, she just exploded those 2 guys. Yeah, she's bleeding, but she doesn't seem to care. Oh shit. This guy here is going to start pivoting over and starts rushing towards the rest of the group. And he's actually going to get up next to the dwarf with his weapon drawn. This archer here pivots over and is going to take a shot at Samira. Unfortunately, he does not have precise shot, so he's rolling at a net plus 0. He gets a 10. The arrow goes wide,
Yeah,
flying
shockingly
away.
doesn't hit me.
Danak, you're up next.
Danik once again is kind of like hoping to draw attention, so he's making a lot of noise. Yeah, something along the lines of, "Oi, leave her alone!" or whatever.
Over here! I'm a person
grabs
you
another-
can bandit! Come get me!
Yeah, grabs another arrow and if I have a range, I don't. I guess he'll try to peg this guy again.
Love it.
And just say, "Watch in the trees. There might be more." Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I
love
can't
it.
see too clearly in here. It's lots of trees and stuff.
Let's go, baby bird. 15 for 2, another 2 damage. You're shooting the same guy you shot last time, correct?
That's right.
Beautiful. Boom. Plinks him in the chest. He looks very wounded. One of the things I'm going to be doing is when a gentleman is generally below half HP, I'm going to put a token on them, a little marker. It's going to be a little half heart. That is going to represent that your characters can plainly see that they are wounded, heavily wounded, probably nearish to death. All right, that's going to be my visual representation. Just keep an eye out on that. So I'll be doing that as we progress forward. All right. Next up, we have this gentleman here who is dead.
Is he? Is he dead?
I don't know. You smell something burning, but you're not sure because apparently you can only see the lance in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's probably nothing. I wouldn't worry about it personally.
Yeah.
Aragorn, what would you like to do?
Where was that menu again where you could? Oh, wait, here it is, right here. So attacks. So
if you click
there-
attacks at the top, it will push all of
Yes.
your attacks to the chat window, and you can just click
Perfect.
your attack straight from there. So no matter what tab you're on, you
Mhm.
always have access to your skills,
Right.
tabs, attacks, etc. Really nice.
So
Same thing
yes.
for saves.
Daragor will set his squat body with his shield. He's going to come around and try to shatter the ribs of the man right in front of him.
I love
with
that
his
journey
hammer.
for you. Take it away. 19 for 7. Solid blow as you bring your warhammer up, shield at the ready, and you slash, well, stab, hit, bash, I should say, right into this guy's side. You hear the ribs crack, 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 crack. 3 in a row. He goes, ooh, and sort of leans over and definitely looks wounded. That was a solid blow.
Right.
He's a little surprised, and he goes, "You're scrappy for a little dwarf. Ah, god damn it." That hurt bad for him. Eric is like, "Shit, Samir, Sam, no, oh, fuck, bravery, Eric, oh, shit. And he starts running. And he gets right up next to her, right there. And he's still like, oh, we can do it. We're gonna live. This isn't where we die. It's too early in our adventure. Doodly-dee-dee. This bandit here is dead. This bandit with the long sword is also going to make a quick will save. I'm looking for a nat 20 for him not to stagger. He does not get it. He just waits. He's like, everyone's getting shot. I didn't sign up to die. Bendel the bandit takes this massive, wicked-looking, like, two-handed war axe off his shoulder, and looks over behind him at the men behind him, and he says, "Get in the fight, or I'll kill you myself. Deal with her. I'll get the rest." And as he does so, he steps to here, and as he does, one hand reaches down and seems to pull something. This, like, fiery essence out of this guy that is at your feet, Sam. Samira?
Samia.
I'll get it right in like 13 sessions.
Is this what Brindle does?
So he reaches out, grabs, and you watch as this like fiery essence rolls up his arm, and the corpse at your feet is consumed. Just gone. Just completely turned to ash. You notice that symbol on the back of their neck burned brightly, then seemed to wash and wave over it and completely consume it. Now his axe is on fire, and he just grins.
Is this a spell?
You can give me a spellcraft check. You're not exactly sure what it is. Knowledge Arcana or the Planes, if you've got it.
Knowledge Planes?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Plus 10, buddy.
Go for it. Let's see what you get. You have no idea. Not a clue. Nothing. You don't know. Because you rolled a 3, and that's funny.
I'm going to use my trait. I'm going to re-roll it.
Go for it. You're going to not like the answer. You still have no idea. You don't know what it is.
Damn
You've
you.
never seen anything like this in your life or heard about anything. It's weird and
I said I
scary.
quit.
You know
I
it's
quit.
weird and scary. Good. All right, goodbye. I didn't even want you here anyway. All right, that's good.
Leave you.
That's fine. I'll have to contact you in a week because I'll need a fill person for this campaign. So there you go. That's
Just build
funny.
anyways.
That's a meta joke, but I digress. All right, Battle the Bandit has taken his turn. Ingram, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh. I did not expect that. Damn. Okay, I was still thinking. So this guy did weird, spooky thing.
Yeah, he did weird, spooky stuff.
That's Eric over there.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put a thing on it.
How bad is Samia?
I'm at like a little bloody. I could maybe take another hit, maybe couldn't.
How many ouchies do you have? Is the question.
50% ouchies.
I have 50% ouchies. Ow. That's
Does
unfortunate.
Eric look like he can heal people?
You know what? That's a great question. He did mention, during your sort of intros, you guys are sitting around going like, "Hi, my name's so-and-so. I've been an adventurer for this many years." No, so your little meet and greet, he did mention he has some light healing powers that he has. Like, he can cast, like, Cure Light Wounds and stuff. And he looks like he's going to. He's like, "Oh, shit, Sam, no, shit, not like this. Oh, God."
After he shits himself, yes.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a coward. He's going to have, hopefully, a character arc where he's not a coward, but we'll see what happens.
Definitely need to.
You know who isn't a coward? This kitty.
The kitty.
This little fluffy. Miss Luna. She's a baby. I love her.
So I have a once per day ability from my ASMR racial.
Okay.
It says one fire source I can pyrotechnic.
Okay.
Is there a fire source I can see?
So let's look up pyrotechnics in this thing. So what it does, let's see here. So pyrotechnics turns a fire into a burst of blinding fireworks. So I would argue that if you want to take his flaming sword and use pyrotechnics on it to make it burst in his face and deal 1d and have him be blinded for a couple of rounds with a unsuccessful will save, I think that's a very fun, interesting use of that spell. I would say yes.
Okay.
Basically, he turns his axe into a flaming axe, and you go, "Fireworks, motherfucker!"
Yeah.
And guess what his
And
best
it's-
save
it's-
is?
It's his axe that's on fire,
It
or
is his
him?
axe. So you can make
Okay.
it burst in his face, and guess what his best
Right.
save is? It's will. And by best, I mean worst. And
Oh,
by
okay.
worst, I mean it's pretty bad.
All right, I'm gonna walk. What I got? I got 30-foot movement. 5, 10, 15, 20. to there, and I'm gonna stand and say, "Hey, fuckface, try seeing." And I'm just gonna rip my staff, and there's gonna be a few magical circles, and then you'll see the light around his axe.
Yeah.
Everything else will get dark, as if the light is the fire is sucking
Remember,
down
this
the
is a
light.
cantrip, so let's
Yes.
not get too crazy.
It's a second level spell.
Oh, it's a second level spell.
Okay.
All right. Get a little crazy, but not
Okay.
too crazy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just poo-pooing on his parade right now, just
Yeah,
because it's Zach.
pretty
I have
cool.
to. I love it. No, keep going. I love it. I'm encouraging you.
No. So the light around his axe kind of like shifts, and it turns from fire into like shiny chaff that just kind of like explodes in his face.
And he goes,
as he like
"Fuck!"
looks down to it.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna
Um,
be so impressed with his will save. He got a 10. He fails. He's blinded for 1d4 plus 1 round, and his axe is no
Yes.
longer on fire.
Right.
Nice.
4 rounds.
And-
oh,
4 rounds.
that's
5 rounds?
fucking good. No, that was with the +1. That was a 3 +
Okay.
1. So he is blinded for 4 rounds. That was huge. That
What?
was huge, man. Huge.
Where's my DC? I don't know how
So
to
it is a
Pathfinder.
second level spell. It is 10 plus the level of the spell plus
Okay.
your casting stat. So it'd be 10 plus 2 plus whatever your bonus is for your casting stat, which should be intelligence. What's your intelligence?
Isn't this is a racial though, so shouldn't it
It's
be
based
charisma?
off of your spell plus your casting stat. It would be
Okay.
based off intelligence. I'm giving you the
Okay.
better one.
Okay. I was just
Don't argue when I'm trying to
yeah.
help you.
Double two, buddy.
Oh, you
it's
want
a
a lower
plus 4.
DC? Fine.
No,
take
no,
the
no, no.
lower
It's
DC.
a
No,
plus
take
4.
the lower DC. It's fine. I
Plus
don't care.
4.
That's
It's a
fine.
plus 4.
All right, so it's a total of 16, which is not bad.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Okay.
So he fails miserably. It explodes in his face, like you said, and his eyes go kind of stark white, like they've been burned out. And he's blinking and like, I cannot see. Damn it, you fucking wizard. He's bad. I don't know why he's Scottish all of a sudden. Probably because there's a dwarf in the party. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Can I try and like mentally mess with him, like with a skill check of some sort as I walk
That would be a
away?
standard action, and I'll allow you to do
Ooh.
it on your next round if you so choose.
Okay.
But this
I'm
guy's
just
gonna
walk.
charge towards. You already moved.
Can I not break up my movement?
No.
Not in
Move action,
Pathfinder,
not in
sorry.
Pathfinder. Get out of
That's a
5th edition.
that's a
Go
D&D
away.
thing.
Go
Sorry.
away.
I did the
Go
cool
away.
thing and now I'm paying the price.
Don't worry about it. No one's probably
Yeah.
gonna kill you. Probably. This guy goes to charge Danak. As he charges, he hits the rope, falls face first right in front of you, provoking an attack of opportunity. You may take that attack of opportunity.
You got one
I'm
of them.
holding a bow.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I can't. So I go.
That sucks.
Just take the arrow
Hi.
right in the eyeball.
But the good news is, he's on the ground and he loses his turn. He's oof, ow. This kitty is so needy right now. She just wants all the love. I just can't.
So
She's so
it's
good.
orange behavior. Orange cat behavior.
Samia.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it.
All right.
I'm so good at this. I'm a great
yeah.
game master. Guys.
Yeah. It's always my characters. I don't know.
You
Do
always
I choose
pick
hard
weird ass
names?
names, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting. All right. Well, I don't need to charge. This guy came right up here to his doom. So
15 for 5. Solid blow into his chest. He looks very wounded. Not quite dead, but very wounded. Good blow. Next up is this particular bandit in front of you.
Yeah.
He's going to swing again. This time, though, he's like, Cavalier, not so strong without your horse. And he goes to try and chop the horse. What's the horse's AC?
Oh no.
16.
Yeah. Don't hurt my horse.
12. He misses terribly. As the horse goes, whinny.
Yeah.
And, whinnies backwards. Yeah, it's good. Also, note, I believe with a ride check, if someone attacks your horse, you can attempt to maneuver the horse away from it. I'm pretty sure that is just a thing that you can do. I don't think it's a feat. I've had other people play Cavaliers. I'll have to double check the rules, but when someone attacks your creature, like your horse or your mount, you can make a ride check to ignore it. Basically, a ride check equal to their attack roll. Just something to take into consideration. I don't remember offhand. I had someone do
I
it in
think
another
that's
campaign.
a feat.
It might be. It
I
might
think
be.
that's a feat because
It-
I'm not seeing that
No
as
worries.
just a thing.
No worries. It might be if it. Go ahead, Nick. Do you know?
Technically, yeah, it's the mounted combat feat. You definitely get it as part of being a
Oh,
cavalier.
I think I have the mounted
You make a raw
combat
check
feat.
and you take the hit instead of your horse.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
how
that's what it
works.
is. That's what it
okay.
is.
Probably
Yeah.
don't want to do that right now. Let the horse take it. It has
No.
more. It has more HP. But I did.
I mean, it would have missed both of us anyways, so whatever.
This guy here is gonna swallow his pride and move up to try to attack you because you're right there. He goes to swing. He's gonna go for the horse. Terrible attack.
Yeah.
This guy here is like gripping his side and then double hands his longsword and goes to strike at you. Die, you short little piece of shit. God, these guys can't roll for shit. I love it. This gentleman here is
how
going
racist.
to. This guy is screaming, "Kill the wizard!" And he goes, "Oh look, a wizard right in the middle of the road." Die. 16 as a hit. This is gonna hurt. You take 6 damage, Ingram, as an arrow strikes you right in the gut. It probably hit something important. It hurts like a mother. Danak, you are a rogue and a human. There is a man face first in the snow in front of you.
Indeed. Which means that he is no longer my problem, as I actually dance around and ignore him completely,
Ooh.
because he's going to take some time to get up. I don't need to worry about him. And I will double move.
He swings wildly from the ground.
He's
He is
Yeah, I can
on
do
the
that.
ground, prone. He still gets an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Does a
Go ahead.
16 hit?
I think probably.
Do you have mobility?
I can double check. I do not have mobility.
Okay, he
no.
hits you for 1d8 plus 3, unfortunately. You take 10 damage as he looks up, swings as you go to leave, unless you chose to take a withdraw action from him. Did you choose to take a withdraw action? I think you
No,
did.
I was distracted trying
Fair
to
enough.
get attention.
So
off
he
of
manages to clip
the
you in the
so-
side and cut up your leg. It hurts like a mofo. You take 10 damage. Yikes.
Yeah. This like bloody guy just wanders out, pulls out an axe, and just yells out at the people, "Blessed are those who walk in the footsteps of the divine!" And
I'm scared.
I would like. I don't think I can make an intimidate as a free action. That's probably a standard.
It
So
would be a
I
standard,
just yell
yes. It's cool though, and you know what? Rule of cool. I'm still gonna give them all a will save. All right. If they roll less than a 10, they're gonna be intimidated. All right. Their will saves are pretty shitty. Okay, this guy is intimidated. All right, I like that. I like that. You did come out of the woods bloody and scary. Like, I can't argue with that. This guy is also intimidated. They're like, "Oh my God, it's the Blood Man from the old stories." Ah, they're freaking out. I like that. I like that. This guy. Oh wow, these guys are rolling pretty bad. Like they're a little scared. I mean, it's literally the blood. Oh, this guy's like, "It's not the Blood Man. It's just one of their numbers. Just kill him." Like, fuck that guy. And that's what we've got. All right, that was pretty scary though, Doc. So they are shaken for 1 round. I'll allow it. Theragor, you're up next.
Theragor. If Theragor moves here and here,
Yes.
will that provoke an attack of opportunity? He's still in the.
So if you move out of, so when you leave a threatened square,
So I'm still in the threatened square.
yes. So
I'm okay.
So let me explain.
Oh,
so
sorry.
threatened
Yes.
square, each square is its own unique spot. If you go from here to here, you can say, "I'm taking a 5-foot step, no attack of opportunity." You're focusing on him. You're taking all of your move action. You can do it instead of a move action to avoid getting attacked. If you move more than that, then yes, you would provoke.
I need to go one more.
Okay, then you are going to provoke. I like where your mind's at. You're brave. You're beautiful. That's a nat 1 from him.
All right.
That is a 15, which confirms the nat 1. Super fun opportunity at this point. So I have uploaded all of the combat cards. So
Oh,
he is
nice.
swinging. He is sickened for 1 round. He goes to swing. As he swings, he puts too much strength into it. The slippery snow, he spins around in a circle and starts to look green. He is now sickened for a round.
Ooh,
That is
nice.
unfortunate for him.
And as he
Unfortunate
begins
for
to
him.
waver, Theragor rusts his he takes the hand that he has his warhammer and he presses it against the symbol of Torag, and he channels energy and a pulse of healing
Ooh. Okay.
So it should be able to include Ingram and Dinok.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
May I make a
you may.
suggestion?
Mhm.
If you had maneuvered to here instead, same amount of squares,
Oh, let's see. One.
but
two,
if you did that, you would have been within range
Oh,
of
I didn't think I could
her.
get in hers.
You're hitting her
That'd be
horse.
perfect.
Her horse, she is
Mhm.
technically occupying all the squares of the horse. You would
Mhm.
also have gotten her. You can literally hit all of your allies. Now, other
Yeah.
caveat, do
Mhm.
you have selective channel?
I do.
Okay. So
I
which
can only
of the
exclude
enemies are you
one.
excluding? You can exclude one. I assume it's going to be this guy right here, because he is. I think he's the only one. Okay, you would heal one of the two enemies, unfortunately. But that's okay.
I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it. Beautiful. Go ahead and
Yes.
click on. I believe I created a macro for you for your channel
Yes.
energy. If you click on that,
Mhm.
it should automatically roll everything for you.
All right, let's see what we got here.
We're learning together as a
Right.
family. Yay!
You
guys are doing great.
So, this would be under abilities, correct?
Correct. It should be under your abilities. If you go to all, look for channel energy. I think I put it at the top of your
There we
sheet.
go. Yes, and just hit the button.
Hit the little black die. Beautiful. 1 HP.
Oh,
Hey, it's all right.
Well, hey, it's better than nothing.
It's literally
It
better
is.
than a kick in the teeth. In a game of inches, every inch counts, all right? And every inch counts. That could be the difference between falling unconscious and not, all right? Beautifully
Right.
done. Eric is like, shit. And he looks down. He chants some words in Celestial. Does anyone here speak Celestial?
Me.
Beautiful. Divine light, make it right. And his hand glows and he reaches out and he like grabs onto your like shin. Samia.
Mhm.
I did it right. Samia.
Yeah.
And he's going to heal you for
The core times.
3 HP. Again,
Okay.
better than a
I'll
kick in the
take it.
teeth. It's something.
take it.
All right? It's better than a kick in the teeth for
I'm
sure.
not complaining.
I wouldn't complain either. That's a beautiful thing. All right. Beautifully done.
Did you add your +1?
So Danak, great teaching moment. If you click on your token, go to the little, click on a token so it opens the bubbles. Click on the bubble that is green and do +1. It will automatically, there it is. Beautiful.
Nice.
What happened to your token?
I
There
just
he
wanted
is.
to make
I found
sure
it.
that you got that
All
hard.
right, this guy is intimidated and is looking around. Some of his friends. He's gonna take a couple of steps to the south and kind of look like he maybe is thinking about running. This guy here is blind. He steps back, rubbing his eyes, and is still blind. I don't really know what else to do with him. He's just screaming, kill them all. Ingram, your tummy hurts. Because there's an arrow in it. Right there. In your belly. Right in your belly. Because you got shot at it. I'm going to do a dramatic reading of Happy Gilmore. It's good. It's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Yikes. Oh, we have a gentleman watching Taurus. You see, I guess he's been watching Wrath 2, and our Wrath of the Righteous Cleric has been rolling like 1s and 2s on all of his healing checks. It's back. Oh, I don't know what it is, but it's back, baby. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But again, it's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. That's all I'm saying. It's better than nothing. I think you guys are
Torag
okay.
wants you to earn it.
You're probably gonna live. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. Possibly. I have faith. Ingram, what are you doing? What's the battle plan? It's your
Oh
turn.
shit! I didn't hear you say my name.
I said it like 6 times. Take it away, buddy.
You did not.
I said Ingram, your
was
tummy
the
hurts.
here?
It's your go.
Well. Oh. Was it my tummy or my shoulder? Damn.
Tummy.
All right. All right.
What do you got for us?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Fuck.
All right. Do you have any damaging spells? Do you have any AC spells like Mage Armor or Shield?
No, I got shield, but it's
You
not
shield?
prepared.
I mean,
It-
look, if you
Not
want
prepared.
a suggestion, oh, well, then you're fucked. I don't know what else to tell you, man. You're probably gonna die. I might run and hide behind a tree.
Yeah. How
Look,
far? 110 feet.
Cowardness is the better part of valor. I don't think that's how the saying goes, but that's what I'm saying.
No.
It's good. I like it.
And with the missiles unerring, how many missiles for 2 cast levels? But I'm gonna get an additional missile. 1 missile?
You're talking about magic missile? Yeah, you get one missile at first level.
Love it.
This guy looks pretty messed up. He might die, maybe.
I want to go back to casting chain lightning 3 times in a turn.
Sure, you do, and eventually, but you gotta live in the beginning. So you
But
gotta,
jeez.
as a caster, you gotta suck up front, and then you get the cool stuff. All right, that's
Yeah.
why high-level wizards are so special, because most of them die at like 2nd level, right? I am Gorfain, the Magnificent. Suffer my. Oh gods, he has a hammer. Oh, it hurts. Oh gods, I only have 8 HP. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, I'm dead. Ah. Like that's most wizards' lives that leave the big city and go into the green belt, and you're experiencing that right now, firsthand. It's good.
God damn it. I'm gonna start
personally.
on a second character.
Hard yikes.
Hard yikes.
Oh boy.
How far does Grease go? Gun close range, 25 feet. Fudge. Why are these spells so dumb? I would like to fudge. I did not come prepared. I did not do as much as I thought I was gonna do.
All right, so here's your options. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you kind of get your turn going a little bit. You can attack with magic missile. You can fall back and just go hide. Both are very good options.
I could also
either
try
way,
and heal myself.
I'd get out of. You can heal yourself because you're a white mage.
Yes,
That's true.
I'm failing to bring up the cleric spell list to look at cures.
Cure light wounds, 1d8 + 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna burn a arcane point.
You see this? I need you all to look at this kitty.
Aww.
So good.
Kitty.
Oh, look at her blinky eyes. She's so happy.
Kitty.
Miss Luna. Fun fact: Mimi knows Luna in person.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to standard action, use an arcane reservoir point to cast Cure Light Wounds on myself.
Beautiful. 1d8 + 1.
1d8 +
Roll them bones, baby bird. Really, the Wrath of the Righteous healing is back. It's so bad.
Wow.
You're like, ugh, and you're like, I feel kind of better. You still have a move action. I would recommend getting behind a tree and probably getting total cover, like run away.
Right. Yeah, I would.
I would also go north because there's less guys there.
Yeah, I'm
There
gonna
you
go
go.
here.
See?
There we
Good
go.
stuff.
20,
This
20,
gentleman
30.
stands
oh, yeah,
up.
You're still...
He grumbles about stupid ropes and stupid rogues, and he moves 30 feet back this direction, trying to hunt the bloody man, as it were. Samia. I have to think about it. I'll get real good with it later. Samia.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm just gonna stab the guy who's wounded.
Love it. Stab him in the face, right in the face hole.
That's the plan.
Do it. His AC's pretty bad. Oh!
That's a pretty good hit.
Pulls back
So
right through his neck. His neck kind of like bows out and explodes and just gurgles blood. Instantaneous death. He's a very dead man. The rest of them are starting to look. They're questioning their decisions on staying. Like, oh, this isn't going well. These guys are a lot harder to kill than this random family that we murdered. Yikes! So this guy
Funny
is
how
like,
that works out.
He's gonna swing. He's gonna go for her. He gets a 15. Does that hit
That
you?
does not hit.
Does
No.
not hit you. All right, that's
No.
very good. He's gonna 5-foot step back and go fuck. This gentleman here is going to.
That's more than a 5-foot step, isn't it? No, you're right.
right
It is
here.
a 5-foot step. Yep.
This gentleman here is like, ugh, stupid dwarf, stop jumping around! And he's gonna swing right on your face. 18. 18 is a hit, based on the AC I see on your character sheet, for 5 damage. Thoragor. I'm gonna start screwing up all the names all the time. Thoragor. 5 as he swings down, hitting you in the shoulder, kind of cuts you a little bit, mostly it's bruising. We pivot back over to this archer here who is intimidated right now, and he's just like, that girl has killed so many of us. He pivots around behind the cart and takes a pot shot at her. He rolls in that one. 19 to
19
confirm.
is my armor class.
Okay, that is good because he doesn't crit miss. It whizzes past your cheek, and he's just like, yeah, she can't be hit. I'm gonna. We should fall back. They're too strong. These ones are prepared. This man is screaming, kill them all, just like a madman. Theragor, it is your go.
Theragor sets his shield again,
Love
and he's
it.
going to do his third channel energy.
Ooh, beautiful.
Or did I
die.
do
Second? This is only your second.
second?
Yeah. Here we
All
go.
right.
I believe.
Yes, I must.
I'm
not
assuming
shoot.
you're gonna ignore this guy or this guy. Probably the guy right next to you, right?
Yeah, the guy right
Beautiful.
next to me.
All right, more than a one. Fingers crossed.
Come on,
I believe.
Come on. See.
More than a one. 2! Yay! We got more than a
What-
one! Yay!
2?
Hey,
It's
we're moving
double
up.
what I did last time.
We're moving up. That's good. I don't know what else to say. That's good. So to give you an
Move
idea of what
on
channel
up.
energy looks like, there is literally a dome of like positive
Nice.
energy that just emanates out from you. Looks a little bit like that. Just boom, like this. Just,
Right.
This like sphere of divine energy emanates out from you beautifully. You still have a move action, Theragor. Would you like to do anything with it?
No, I'm gonna stay put.
Love that journey. Eric has drawn his rapier. He doesn't look very good with it. But he's like, oh, okay, she's fine. That guy's okay. Who do I help? And he's going to charge to here. Like, he's just going to rush forward. Actually, I think he could charge to, like, here. And he's going to try to stab this guy. All right? Now, I want to let you know, Eric, not much of a fighter. But he's got heart. He's got heart.
And that's all you need.
He doesn't have heart. That's
No.
so bad. 12 confirms. He is going to, he starts to have second thoughts. He gets second thoughts. He's like, this is a terrible idea. And he's sickened now for 1d6 rounds. What am I
no.
doing? I'm not a fighter. I'm a singer. Oh, this is so stupid. Why did I charge this man? That's God, I love dice, and I love that just fits so perfectly. So he is now sickened for 1d6 rounds. He's sickened for 6 rounds, and is definitely questioning his life choices. This bandit here, I'm gonna make him make another will save. He rolls a 7. He actually starts bolting. He literally runs right off into the swirling snow and the mist. He is gone. Bendel the Bandit is continuing to just sort of stumble around, screaming to murder them. Down to 2 more rounds of blind. Ingram, it is your go. Your tum-tum doesn't hurt as
perfect.
much anymore.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
Or 10-foot squares, so from here, 25 foot. Okay. And
Oh,
this
shit. This was a terrible
Uh,
idea. Oh, man. I should have just... Oh, what am I doing? That's what you hear, Theragor.
Yes.
Oh, crap.
So I can't exactly get close enough.
Dumb.
to reach him
Although he
again.
is providing flanking if you choose to pivot around this guy. He is providing flanking now.
Alright. Okay, so I was trying to think maybe I could go up there. I could do that next turn anyways. I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think I still got enough range on Ray of Frost. How far is it?
Should
Close,
be close range. Yeah, so it's going to be 30. It should be like 30 right now. It's 25 plus 5 feet for caster level, I believe.
Oh, okay.
1d3 cold damage. Yay!
Oh, so it's 30.
Plink.
then.
Plink.
Right there. Is this guy?
That guy is very dead. If they have an X
Okay.
on them, they're dead.
Okay.
Also, don't worry. This doesn't mean anything.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely see the burning glowing on them now, Sam.
Right.
Samira. You see this burning glowing on the back of their neck. It
Yeah.
seems to like be consuming them.
All right. So I'm gonna move to right there,
Mhm.
and oh, that's Eric. Oh my gosh.
You should try to shoot Eric.
No, no.
Oh, that's so mean. I mean, he's kind of a coward, but he's also inspiring you right now.
Yeah, I will.
He's only got a couple more rounds of that inspire courage, by the way. But he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we can do it. You guys are great. Oh my, this is terrible."
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost.
Perfect. So what I need you to do is roll a ranged touch attack.
Oh.
So go to your attacks tab, click
Yep.
ranged attack.
Ranged attack.
Now you are shooting into melee, so you get a -4 to this attack. Good
Oh.
news is this guy has a 9 touch AC, so that still
Okay.
hits.
Yay!
You may roll 1d3 damage.
Awesome. Gonna have to roll. Type that up. Hold on.
Okay. Plink. His cheek gets a little frosty. His cheek gets
Ooh.
kind of frosty. He goes, "Ow! Ow! What was that? Who did that? Ow! That's smarts." This two-handed bandit here is really mad at you, Danak, and I want you to know that this is personal, and I hate you. He charges you. Charges you wielding this massive two-headed hammer. All right,
Goodness.
and he's gonna swing for an 18.
Well, that'll do it.
Ooh, I'm sorry in advance. 15 damage. Oh, he just runs up and just right to the side of the head. Just
All right.
whap.
Well, Denik is completely focused upon the combat in front of him, and this guy just walks up right behind him and clips him in the back of the head.
Yep. And you just tumble.
I fold like a wet pinata.
Bloop. Alrighty then. I think that puts you at -8. Yikes. Double yikes. Not good. So you're in a bad spot. You are unconscious on the ground and dying. So that's not good. You guys would see your friend just get clobbered, and this guy just roars at him like a madman. Just roars. Samia, would it be
Okay.
nice if that grease wasn't there?
It would be, but that's okay. I can still charge their leader right
you
now.
can.
Actually.
You can charge their leader.
Let's do that.
Whee!
Let's do that because I've that's what I can do apparently.
Mess him up. Mess him up. 18 for 11 becomes 22.
And technically, it's a dirty 20 to hit because it's a +2. But yeah.
You hit him in the side, spearing through him. He lets out a blood-curdling oof as he tumbles backwards through the force, sliding off of the lance and hitting the snow hard. As he hits the snow hard, there is a sizzling sound in the air as all of the symbols on all of the backs of the necks of these guys start to burn and they start to scream in pain. This guy over here, consumed. This guy over here, consumed. This guy's body begins to smolder. The flesh begins to melt away. And as it melts away, he starts to kind of look like a skeleton. And rising up from his dead bones is a real nasty looking skeleton with these kind of like antlers on his head.
Oh boy.
And it
Fascinating.
just looks mean. Dare I say.
Staglord, cool.
It looks mean. Kind of looks a little bit like a stag lord. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But Skeleton Man, Evil Bad. That's gonna be his name. I'm gonna go ahead and just roll him in the initiative. He gets a 6. His name is Skeleton Man, Evil Bad. He is also, just as a note, on fire, which is kind of cool. He's just straight up on fire. That's neat. I like that. And there's just this evil cackling. That seems to be coming from everywhere. It's probably nothing. I wouldn't worry about it. But this guy here is like, what the fuck is that? Holy shit. And he bolts. He does provoke an attack of opportunities. He tries to run.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Love that. You actually miss, and he continues to run right off the map.
Whatever, he's gone.
This bandit archer here is like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and he bolts running right off the map. This gentleman here is like, pot shot at the lady on the horse, because I don't like her. That's funny. Oh, it confirms. Range. You take 1d6 point of fingers. He goes to draw back. It slips. As it slips, it clips his fingers. The arrow, as it lets loose, cuts his wrist, and he begins to bleed for 1d6. He's probably gonna bleed out. He just cut himself. That is not good. So for 3, and he's like, shit, shit, shit. And he starts to run. Gets to about right there. Theragor, you are up. You watched one of your buddies get face planted.
I'm going to
Skeletor!
channel energy again. That should stabilize him, correct?
That would stabilize him and heal himself.
Yes.
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 If
All
you
right.
don't get a 3, then I'm firing you. All right.
If I don't, yeah.
Better get
Well,
a 3.
Yes, come on.
Just
You
one
guys are
up
getting
every time.
paid?
Yeah. Wait, you guys are getting paid? 5.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
seriously.
That's pretty
Okay.
good. 5 HP. That's good. That's good. I like that.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you're ignoring this guy again. This guy right here is going to get healed.
Yes.
All right. That's beautiful. Suggestion. 5-foot step to the right.
Wait.
Reason being is that if you 5-foot step to the right, Eric can 5-foot step and then be flanking and get a bonus to attack.
Okay, let's do it.
The reason you would do this is his song is like, and then they flanked the bad guy, even though this was a bad idea. Oh man, I'm gonna die, but maybe if we flank him, we'll live. La, 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 la.
Yeah.
Now, 5-foot stepping also will not provoke, so go ahead and move your character just 5 feet
Okay.
to the right,
All right.
please.
5 feet. There
Very
we go.
good, very
go.
good. Skedongle, as they say in Germany. But I don't think they say that, actually, but I digress. Weiß ich nicht. All right, so he is now rolling at a net of, well, he would normally get a +2, but he has a -2 because he's shaken. He gets a 10. Ha! He misses, but at least he doesn't crit miss. Ingram, you're up next.
Yay. Okay, so this spell has 30 foot of range. I
Go
think
ahead
I
and
can
give
get...
yourself 5 HP to knock, and you are now stabilized.
Oh.
Because he did channel positive energy.
Uh,
I think I'd...
so he's still at -3, is that right?
Ich bin ein Berliner. Ich kann eine des
I'm a-
Wörter, aber bin
Okay,
nicht
so
fließend.
I'm gonna move up to here.
Ich kenne,
and
ich kenne kein Deutsch. No, ich kenne... Wait, I think my grammar's all fucked up. I haven't spoken German in forever. Ich kenne ein bisschen Deutsch, aber bin ich nicht fließend.
waits patiently.
Go ahead,
Okay.
take your turn.
All right.
Just because I'm rambling in some made-up
Yeah.
language, like...
I am going to move up to here, where I'm at currently, and I'm going to cast... He has a big, like, two-handed sword, right?
He's a big hammer.
A hammer.
Big two-handed hammer.
Big two-handed hammer.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Grease on him.
That's smart. That's
Yeah.
really smart.
Yeah.
So his hammer looks slimy. Alright. Skeleton Man Evil Bad goes, nah, now is your time to die. I'm just kidding.
16.
It's more like, you fools, you never should have
15.
come to the stolen lands. You will
15.
suffer, die, and be consumed by the flames. And he steps forward. And he goes to attack.
What did he get on the...
Okay, can you give me a second? I'm narrating some stuff right now.
Oh,
All right? I'm
I'm
just kidding.
sorry.
He's gonna roll.
Jesus, fuck.
He actually does it DC 15. You said
Yeah.
he doesn't drop it, but every time he goes to swing with it, he has to make a check and he might drop it.
Yep.
Even with his -2 reflex, he got it.
Yeah.
He's so angry. He's just gripping that hammer real hard. He's just like, I'm not gonna let this hammer go. But this guy steps forward and goes to swing with his flaming hammer, flaming axe at this point.
Great.
You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. 23 to hit.
Yeah, shock. That hits.
He has to make a roll.
Plus 1d6. No.
Yeah.
You did it on this guy.
No, I did it on Big Bad Evil Man.
Oh, I thought you did the other guy. All
Why
right.
would he when
No.
Big Bad Evil Guy's
don't
right
know.
there?
All right, I don't make the rules, okay? I just enforce them blindly and without any knowledge of what they are. Okay.
I said big bad
Let me
evil man's
make a
got a
check,
sword,
then.
right?
He fails. He drops the weapon as he goes to swing. You don't take 11 damage, all right?
Goodness.
So he goes to swing, the flaming axe goes out of it, he looks down, is like, fuck, and that's his turn. Meanwhile, this bandit here says, oh, a wizard, and is gonna rush you. I'm really sorry, dude. This is probably gonna hurt.
Nah, it's fine.
He misses, surprisingly. He actually misses. Wow. You don't take 13 damage. That's good. You
Love it.
don't take 13 damage. That
Love
would
it.
have been
Yeah.
absolutely terrible. I was, for one, pretty scared. But the good news is you're alive and you're feeling okay. Hard yikes. That was crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Next up in the initiative is going to be... Actually, why didn't it... So weird. What's going on with this? Might have to refresh that page at some point, but we'll figure it out. All right, cool. So next up is Samia. Your go.
Yeah. Remind me, well, in Pathfinder, to change weapons, is that an action
It
or
is a
what?
move action.
Move action. Okay. Well,
You
I
can
don't
choose
need
to drop your lance and then draw another weapon as a move action.
Yeah. Well, I don't need to move, so I'm gonna switch weapons since I'm not charging.
Your lance hits the ground. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right. Give me one quick second here. As
Yeah.
for some reason... Oh, there it goes. All right. Everything popped into the thing. I had to refresh that page real quick. All right. Perfect. So, as you swing down, a 13 actually is a hit. You hit this
Oh.
creature for a solid 10 damage, swinging down with a scimitar and slashing into it. Now, it doesn't seem to do quite as much as you would have liked. It is a skeleton.
Yeah,
it's on
shock.
fire. As that
Yeah.
happens, I need you to give me a reflex save not to take a little bit of fire damage, as this creature is on fire, as I mentioned.
Come on.
No, absolutely not. Reflex 10. You take 1 fire damage. You get a little bit of an ouchie. It burns your little fingies. Little fingies are on fire. And he cackles.
Wait, no, I don't. I'm an Ifrit. I have fire resistance.
That's good. So you take no
Yes.
damage. Look at you. Aren't you fancy? Oh, look at me. I'm in your free. I don't need any fire damage. That's what you sound like, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
My name's
Right over
Mimi.
there
I'm in your
sounds
free.
odd.
I'm a fire person. It's good. Yeah, exactly what it is. All right, it's beautiful. I love what's happening here. All right, good. This bandit here is now surrounded. He doesn't care. He is going to turn and actually be like, oh, I should kill this coward. So he's going to go ahead and actually pivot to here, 5-footing. He's then going to swing on the coward. He rolls a 6, missing as Eric goes, shit, no! And just like he doesn't really dodge, he cowers in fear. And the cowering allows him to not get hit. So that's a beautiful thing. Next up is the dwarf. What would you like to do?
The dwarf is going to step here and try and smash this guy's skull in with my hammer.
Great teaching moment and a huge suggestion, if I may be so
Oh,
bold.
yes. Oh,
You are in a great position to get into flanking. Flanking is going to give you a +2
I
to attack.
forget about the flanking.
If you do
yes.
this, you go from... Give me 1 second. So you were right here, right? If
Yeah.
you go from here to here, you do not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
All right?
and-
So basically, you would go from here to here to here. You
Oh,
move...
but that's
That's our ally.
Eric?
Oh, I'm
That's
so
our
sorry.
bard.
That's not what I meant. I meant from here to here to here. Like
Yes.
this.
Oh, perfect.
All right?
Yes.
So you kind of like pivot around and get behind him.
But I am kind of tired of that bard.
I mean, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. If you want to kill the
I'm
bard,
joking.
kill the bard, man. Like, I'm not mad.
No, no, I'm
I for one, encourage you to kill the
completely
bard.
joking.
He means nothing to me. Literally means nothing. Now, when you attack, we'll add a +2 to that for flanking bonus.
Nice.
Better than a king
All
of the teeth,
right.
like I said.
Here we go.
I
Let's see.
believe that you'll roll higher than a 14, because that's this guy's AC. I believe you'll roll higher than a 14, because if you don't, Eric's gonna die.
Oops, I thought I clicked it. Click again. There we go.
That is more than that's perfect. You swing around, and very similar to the way that Danak got his brains rattled. You rattle this guy's brains, and he crumples to the floor, completely dead. Eric looks over to you, breathing heavy, and starts to cry. straight up just starts to cry.
Right.
Both joy and just the anxiety.
Right.
As he cries, his bardic performance ends. Luckily, he does have lingering performance, so you guys still get bardic performance for 2 more rounds, which is pretty okay. So you get 2 more rounds of bardic performance. Ingram, you're up next. There is a man next to you who wants to cave in your skull.
Fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Not good.
I'm gonna look at the bandit and say, have you ever seen someone And at that point, I'm just gonna walk backwards and like trust fall into the grease pit. But I'm gonna use a Arcanist point to cast Interdimensional Slide, and I'm gonna teleport 10 feet as a step action over
I hate Arcanists.
to
by the
here.
way. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him. I hate him
And
so
as
much.
he just like
Beautiful.
vanishes into starlight,
Guy's
he's
like,
gonna
where
like
did he go?
he's gonna like literally come back up out of the ground as starlight and like reform
Very
and like
cool.
disappear. And I'm gonna use an Arcanist point to bring what's your guy's name again?
Danak.
Dinnock.
There we go.
Dennick.
Oh,
Okay.
Dinnick.
Danak. That's what I said.
Yep.
I'm terrible with names. I really am.
Danak.
It's like it's one of the biggest jokes in all my games. I always mess up names. Hey,
Lovely.
here's the good news. He's still stable and at -1. Man, literally just Wrath of the Righteous all over again. You love to see.
Yeah.
I have assumed my standard combat stance.
Bleh.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark down my points to 0.
Skeleton Evil Bad Man is gonna start swinging on you with his flaming
That'd be me.
claws. Well, that's 2 hits, as he hits you twice, Samia.
Fuck.
The good
Wait,
news is
No.
flaming
Oh, it's
claws. His weapon's already out of his hand. Golly gee willikers. Let me have this moment. I just want to kill Mimi's character. All right, let me have
No.
this.
No.
So the good news is he can't deal you fire damage because his max fire damage is 4. So literally no fire damage, but he's still gonna deal you a whopping 5 and 5. He deals you 10 damage as he claws into you.
Okay,
Just like
I'm still
shearing
up.
away. You're still up. You're not happy, but you're still up. This bandit here is kind of gonna survey the situation, and he is kind of bloody. He did get healed some. He looks around. He sees that guy. Eric and the dwarf, he's outnumbered. He starts pivoting. He starts running. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm out. He just gets out. He gets out. He runs. This gentleman here also ran away. And Samia, you're up next.
Okay. Well, let's try whacking this guy again, because honestly, this is what we've got left.
I love it. Make it happen.
Ooh,
Ooh, swing and
that's
miss.
probably not gonna hit.
Not
yeah.
great. Theragor, you're up next.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
do a 5-foot step back.
Love that journey for you. As you're bleeding profusely, and your horse goes whinny.
Dergor runs through the snow.
Up, 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 up.
5, 10, 15, 20. And does his last channel
Cool. You're doing it to heal, not to harm undead?
to heal.
All right, cool. Anything more than a 1 and Denok is awake.
I must. Oh,
You're gonna roll a
nice.
1, by the way. That's just like
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
it's
Stop
gonna
cursing
happen.
him.
It's gonna happen. I believe. It's a 3. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You are conscious. Your head still hurts, sir. A little bit. Your head hurts. You got a little bit of ouchies in your head. That's good though. Eric is like, Eric is just gonna like, he's just shaking and just scared, and that's gonna be his turn. Just shaking and scared. There's not a whole lot he can do right now.
But he's still keeping up the bardic performance.
Lingering performance for 1 more round after this.
Cool.
Ingram, you're up next.
Yes. Let's see. How badly can I fuck over Big Bad
Do you
Man?
have any first level spells?
No.
Do you have a cold based spell like that one you used earlier? This man is on fire, ergo probably doesn't like cold stuff. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it
Yeah.
out there. Just tossing it into the ether, seeing if you pick up on what I'm laying down. No big deal.
Right. I
It's
got you. He's 30 feet away. Yeah, I'll toss a ray of frost at him.
I think that's a great idea. Cool.
Cast that. And then attack, melee range.
Swing and a miss.
8.
Hate to
But I
see
get
it.
a +2? 10?
Why would you get a +2?
The bless? Or the inspire courage?
That is already included in that attack roll.
Oh,
If you have it
okay.
on, it would already be included. You have both of
Okay.
those active on your character sheet. What's your dex modifier?
Uh,
Go to your core
not
tab.
not a lot. Is 1.
Okay, yeah, then the bonuses are already included. Unfortunate. Swing and a miss.
That's
This
all right.
guy here steps forward, is going to take 2 more attacks. One at the horse, one at Samir. God damn. Does 17 hit the horse?
Yeah.
Damn. All right, so 1d4 plus 2 on Samir. 3.
Samia.
Samia, that's what I said. I'm just making sure you know what your name is. Samia. So 6 damage to the horsey, 3 damage to you.
Okay.
And he's just cackling. Samia, you're up.
Hang on, sorry, I'm doing horse damage too. Okay. I'm just gonna try and swing again, I guess.
I believe.
No, I
di-
don't.
I didn't believe hard enough.
I don't.
Yikes. That's scary. Give me another roll to confirm. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So your attack hits an ally adjacent to you or the target. You accidentally hit your horse as you're
Ooh.
swinging. Your horse takes 7 damage. That sucks.
Yeah, sure does.
Sucks hard. And your horse looks back at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I thought we were
that's
friends.
rough.
Uh,
Thanks.
Theragor, you're up next.
All right.
What
Let's
the
see.
fuck?
5, 10,
Like-
15, 20.
Why would you do that? I carry you places. Why are you like this?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Winnie? Winnie. Oh, that's funny. That's real funny. This is so perfect for your first combat. It's a little bit of a clusterfuck. You're still coming out ahead, but a little bit of a clusterfuck. So much room for growth. I love it.
Theragor runs through the snow towards the skeletal creature and
Do it.
swings his warhammer.
That is a
Ooh,
hit
17.
for 7 damage. As you swing down, smashing into the creature, your hammer connects with its skull, cracking it, shattering it into millions of pieces, thousands of pieces, whatever you want to say. As it does so, the whole body, the rest of the skeletal form, begins to burn and glow hot, like a iron that has been heated in a forge. You've seen this kind of before, and you realize, oh shit, it's about to explode. Go ahead and roll me a reflex save. Samia and the horse also give me reflex saves. Samia, you will be getting damage reduction, as this is an explosion. It is fire damage.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we've got here.
That's great.
You take 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Because
My
you have
apologies,
fire resistance 5, right?
Yeah, I have 5.
Horsey takes no fire damage.
Where and where are the saves?
Under defenses.
Oh,
go to
defenses, of
If you
course.
click on the
Oh.
little buttons that you have, there should
Mhm.
be a defenses. You click that, it'll shoot it over to the
Oh, well,
yeah,
of course.
super
that's
easy.
easy, yes. Defenses, and this is reflex.
correct. You take no fire damage, as the DC was a 12. So nicely done, sir. It explodes, showering everyone in flame. Only Samia takes some damage.
Yeah, but I'm still up, so who's winning?
As the sounds of combat end, the screams and shouts of battle are replaced by this steady breeze. This breeze through this frozen landscape about you. The once white snow is riddled and smattered with red. The hot crimson from these bandits staining the snow, as well as sort of melting a little bit of it as it struck and then froze in place. Looking around, you see that, well, the majority of you are all right. Some of you are heavily wounded. Eric pulls himself together enough to realize that his friend is wounded, rushing over and, reaching out, offering another Cure Light Wound spell for 2, because apparently you guys can't heal yourselves. But he does a little bit of HP back to you. He says, sorry, Samia, that's all I could muster. I just,
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's appreciated.
Looking at the cart before you guys, you see there is what appears to be a pilgrim family of some sort. You see that there are likely a mother and a father, and perhaps an older child, a teenager or something. They were all unfortunately slain by these bandits. Most of the supplies was already put into backpacks and whatnot, but all in, you guys find around 252 gold worth of supplies on the dead bandits and what remains from this family. Who they were, where they were from, what they were doing along this road will unfortunately remain a mystery. Not a whole lot from them. Likely none of them were writers. There's no journals or anything. They're just dressed as peasants, as they were. They might have been traveling to the city, looking for a new life, and unfortunately those lives were cut short. But this gives you an idea of what you're to expect here in the Green Belt, in the Stolen Lands. I want to give you guys all a couple of moments in character to discuss these events, sort of a little bit of aftermath discussion. Eric sort of looks around and pulls out a journal, begins to write. He seems to be recording the events of today.
Theragor, first of all, would like to go around and help heal, use his healing skill to, help bind wounds and things like that.
Yeah. I'll Ingram will help Denmark up and bring him to the rest of the folks.
Does the heal skill add anything, or is that just for like
over
medicine checks and
long-term
stuff?
care, so if
Gotcha.
you were like sleeping,
Right.
you could do a heal check to let them add extra HP. The way I do
Right.
long-term care, which generally doesn't come into place because most parties end up buying a wand of Cure Light Wounds at some point and just go, I poke him until he's not hurt anymore. It's just kind of the MO for most parties.
Right.
Mostly what I do if you do long-term care at any point, it's just character level plus con modifier and natural healing. If you do long-term care, you get to double that. So if you do a heal check, DC 20, you get it. They get double their HP as you are tending to their wounds. You guys will have another week or so of travel before you reach Olegs, like in character. And you will all be full health. But I just want to give you some times here
Yes.
to, again,
Sure.
investigate the scene, talk about what just happened, etc.
Denik kind of like loiters on the ground for just a minute, kind of like looking up into the sky, feeling this, the soft stickiness of blood as it's like mixing with the snow behind his head, and he's just like, is this really what you want from me? And he's not talking to like anyone specifically, but he's like straining to hear an answer.
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
Of course not. Thank you. Gets up.
Theragor, as he goes around to everyone, he's going to stop by Eric, and he's going to say, while he's, writing in his journal, and he's going to say, Eric.
What? Oh, yeah, Theogor. Sorry, I was kind of lost in my own thoughts. Just journaling what happened. It.
I know.
Calms. Okay.
I owe you my thanks.
My
He's going to
thanks?
place his hand. He's going to place his hand on his shoulder. Yes, to help me deal with that bandit that was pinning me down.
I didn't really do anything. I never even hit him. I just sort of stood there and got really scared.
No, you were a help. And know this: all men feel fear, but not all still take action in the face of that fear. You did very well, my friend.
Does that include dwarves? Do you also feel fear? Since you're a dwarf, not a man.
It includes all of us.
That was a meta joke from earlier.
Yeah.
I'll move on.
You're
It's
right.
fine.
Oh,
Don't worry
no,
about
that's
it.
right.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
it was
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I thought it was funny. I didn't mean to make it a big deal. No big deal.
No,
We'll
I
move
thought it was
past
funny too,
We'll move
but
past it.
I couldn't
You were
break
in
character.
character. It's fine. I broke it. It's my bad. Immersion ruined. It's okay. We're moving on. All right, fine. That's good. Thanks, Thoragor. I want to be brave. I want to be brave, but I am scared most of the time. Thanks. I'm just gonna keep riding before I forget what happened. And he kind of moves over away and, leans
He'll
on a
nod
tree.
and turn back to the rest of the party.
This family that lies around the road, have they been picked clean and they're all just gone?
Anything else you would have found is included in that 252 gold that I offered to the party. The way that I do loot is I will give you specific magic items, +1s, etc., so you get their gold value. I tend to not hand out, like, you find a gem worth 50 gold, you find some pots and pans. To me, it just adds extra paperwork that doesn't really add to the story. If it's something interesting or important, like there was a special amulet or something like that, I'll make mention of it. Normally, though, I just hand out, you found this much in supplies worth of gold to save you guys from having to convert it and sell it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect.
How many bodies are here?
So there's 3. Looks to be a
Three.
mother and a father, and likely their teenage son, is what it looks like. Yeah.
I'm gonna just take time to gather the bodies, put them in a line of 3. Just not saying anything, just doing it himself. Anyone wants to help, he doesn't say no.
Theragor will help.
Yeah, Samia will help as well.
Yeah, I
The-
can go to see if I have a shovel or something.
As you guys all grab spades and shovels, begin to dig, the ground itself is tough. It's very frozen. The weather itself is in the 30s, low 30s, maybe even high 20s. So the ground is somewhat frozen, but through some effort and I guess guile, as it were, you're able to dig 3 graves for this family and bury them along the side of the road. The cart itself seems to be in relatively good repair. Likely, if you wish to take it with you, you could do so. Is there anything else that you guys wish to discuss before we begin to travel onward towards Oleg's trading post?
Samia will tap Ingram on the shoulder and point at the giant pile of grease in the road. You see
What?
that?
Nope.
You see that?
No.
You saw my tactics today, or were you not paying attention?
It's kind of busy getting an arrow in my chest.
It was in your
Horses,
stomach. I saw
charge.
it. Sorry, never mind.
Horses, charge. Grease in the middle of the road means the horses can't charge.
I don't know if it's possible mechanically, but I just kind of like dispel the grease so it goes away. What
You may dispel the grease so it goes away.
What? Grease? I don't. I point over the where it was. It's very much like afraid
Samia,
of angry fire lady.
Samia just like pokes him in the shoulder. Not hard, just live and learn. You're not on your own anymore, wizard.
There. Oh,
He just kind of like goes, "Yep, not me." And walks
Theragor.
away.
Theragor is, standing in the general vicinity of all of you, and he's looking over at the at where the family was killed, and he says, "This is grim work. If this is typical of the handiwork of this stag lord, then bring him to justice should be our top of our list of things to do."
Well, from what I've heard, talking with some of the folks that have traveled the road, his bandits are merciless. They kill without any care for, or any rhyme or reason. I think this is what we are to expect. Also, I don't mean to be that guy at the party per se, but what the hell was with them all lighting on fire? And that guy was definitely a flaming skeleton. I didn't just imagine that in my state of shock and fear, did I? Like, you were fighting a giant flaming skeleton, right?
What?
Yes. Well, you were asleep. Denok, it's fine. It was a giant skeleton.
Yeah, but
it
what
felt
the fuck,
evil?
right? Like that's weird, right? Like people don't normally just die and then turn into skeletons on fire. I mean, that's not normal, or is that? Look, I mean, I know a lot of things. I know little things about a lot of things. That's sort of my thing, right? I said thing too much. I'm doing that thing I talk again. Sorry, Sam. I'll shut up.
Did anyone else see the mark or the glow on the bandit leader's neck?
I did.
And on his minions' necks.
I will. He doesn't exactly want to write it because that doesn't seem like a good thing to him. So he'll just describe it, but even then he'll just like say part of it and then say another part of it and put like cuts in it. So it's not. I'm not gonna like.
Just 3
I'm
circles.
not gonna. Yeah.
3 circles with a little dot in the center. That's what it looks like. 3 circles with a little dot in the center.
So yeah, that's what it.
Is there any kind of knowledge religion
So
that we
yeah,
could do,
this is a great
or that we
opportunity
could
as
do?
well to leverage some of those knowledge skills. So I would allow knowledge religion or knowledge the natures, as it were. Knowledge religion or knowledge nature.
I will
can
try
do-
knowledge religion.
I'll do nature because I have a pretty good score in that.
Perfect.
E.
21, not bad, Ingram. Not bad at all. 18. So, Theragor, you would know that this does not match any religion that you've heard of, and you're relatively well read, being a cleric of Torag. You're relatively well read on most good and evil religions, the common ones at least. Nothing rings a bell. Ingram, as you were discussing this perhaps with Theragor, have you read of this? What about this? What about this cult? This or that? Something crosses your mind. You've been hearing and doing a little bit of research prior to traveling to the Greenbelt about the creatures that exist in this region. One of the things you've read about is that the veil between the material plane and the first world is very thin here. The first world is occupied primarily by the Fae. Something about 3 rings reminds you of Fae in general. They seem to do things. The number 3 often comes up in their activities, some of their history, etc. It strikes you as odd. Now, the Fae 3 rings and fire doesn't really ring a bell, but just something about the Fae rings out to you. You're not exactly sure where to place it, though. But definitely, probably Fae or First World related.
Okay.
Grindor will share. I know of nothing that in the religious texts that match this symbol.
I'm writing down something real quick.
Something to find out, I guess.
He moves over, Eric, noticing that Danak is still very bloody, and just kind of touches his shoulder, and you feel a pulse of positive energy, and you heal 8 HP.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
shakes his hand. Out of magic for the day, but you look better. Your head was kind of oddly bent in on your skull. I think you got hit with a hand. Yeah.
It's funny that.
Sorry about that. I was writing
Funny
a
to
note.
feel better, yet
Oh,
no
not
problem.
feel better, right?
It's exactly right. Yeah, feeling better. But it was a cool trick with the rope. I'll shut up again, and he wanders off. So as you guys continue to discuss
Eric,
a little bit of this, go
stand
ahead. Oh,
tall.
Dick. Yeah. Oh, no. But thanks. I'll just be over here getting this cart hooked up to this horse. And he has a little pony that he has with him, and he hooks it up to the cart and tries to clean off some of the blood. But as you guys have some time, you discuss a little bit the Fae, not sure about religion. We're actually going to transition. We're going to transition as you guys had some time to discuss.
There is one thing that he will,
Absolutely
Ingram will
not.
do.
You're not allowed to say anything ever again. I'm muting you right now.
Fine, I
Continue.
quit.
Go ahead. No, it's
I
fine,
quit.
Zachary.
No,
don't
no,
quit.
alright,
Go ahead.
alright,
It's your turn.
alright.
Go ahead.
So when we were interring the bodies into the graves, he did make, he pulled, very noticeably, doesn't really care if anyone sees, he pulls out a notebook. It seems fresh, new. And he writes down 3 dead. Stab and slash wounds, arrow wounds, road brevoy to Oleg.
Very nice. Taking some notes. You guys continue your journey through the icy, frozen landscape that makes up this section of the Stolen Lands. The journey itself, because of the frozen weather, the 36-mile journey takes you another 4, almost 5 days, until in the distance along the road you notice a small wooden fort. It looks to be maybe an old border fort or something like that. And as you get closer and closer, you see that the front gate of this particular border fort is, well, broken. However, from inside, you hear the sounds of laughter, and there is a very savory smell in the air about. It smells as though maybe it's like a nice rich stew. As you get closer and closer, you look inside, you see there is a bit of smoke rising up, likely from a fire, and you hear three distinct voices. A woman's voice, laughing, and she says, "Oh, I am so glad you've chosen to join us. Johd, I think your presence here will be... it'll be warm and welcomed." Another voice calls out, "I would agree, my love. He seems to be a good man." "Oh, you two are full of shit. I am a piece of garbage. I've literally have done nothing good my entire life. Once my friend Thorger gets here, you'll really see a good man. I should say dwarf, since he is one and not a man, but I digress." And then they're just continuing to laugh and joke and sort of jibber-jabber around, as it were. But as you guys get closer and closer to the gate, you look inside, you see all of these individuals. I'm going to go ahead and move you over to another map to show you Oleg's trading post. You guys are walking up. You're all healed up. It's been several days. You've healed both naturally and through any sort of magic that you have. But as you enter in through the gate into Oleg's trading post, the man, this kind of balding-looking gentleman that Thorger, you would recognize as your old friend Johd. Johd is a cleric of Erastil who actually wrote you a letter a few weeks back or so, almost a month, and the letter mentioned that he was traveling to Olegs, heard that you might be joining up and taking on a charter, and that if you were to arrive, he would love it if you could help him find a lost temple of Erastil. As a cleric of Erastil, it is something that would be very meaningful to him. He wishes to find it, restore it, etc. As you guys enter in, he looks over his shoulder and a bright, beaming smile crosses his face. He sees
Look no
Thorger,
further,
and he says,
for Thorger is here.
"You old son of a bitch, you're late." And that, my friends, is where we'll end today's session. We'll pick back up at Oleg's trading post next week. I do want to say absolutely fantastic job, everyone. I had a blast, an absolute blast, and I hope you guys did too. So session 2 will be next week, which is going to be on the 11th, I believe, is next Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Do we have any conflicts for that session?
No, it's just I'm probably not going to be late. I have a family dinner.
Perfect. Enjoy it, man. If you're a couple minutes late, even 30 minutes, we'll just start late. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's totally good.
Shouldn't happen.
Well, as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up this? We're going to cut the stream and then do a little post-session powwow afterwards. But anything else while we're still on air?
I already hate the Stag Lord.
Good. Nick, I can see you. You have something to say.
I think Denik is probably a bit maudlin, but that might be because he had a concussion.
You
At
know
least
what?
Briefly. And he's concerned that he had a concussion and now he doesn't, and it's a very weird thing.
Well, as I always say as well, thank you so much to the players for playing. I think this group is absolutely fantastic. I'm excited to see what you do with the story. Thank you to the viewers for viewing, and happy gaming, everybody. Remember, the dice have a story to tell, and every week we're going to find out what that story is. Until next time, be well, be safe, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.